Hey, I just got back from lunch. Did you finish that report yet?
Well, not exactly. Still working on it. I'm not finished just yet. I got a little sidetracked, but I will get them to you first thing this afternoon.
It is first thing this afternoon.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, I am working on
But
it. I'll have.
what do you mean that the report isn't finished yet?
I'm still in the process of working on it. I've just been a little distracted.
Distracted. Our meeting starts in an hour.
I can have it.
No. What were you doing? Were you listening to another hunting podcast again? I swear, I give the staff in this office the freedom to do whatever they want to do as long as they meet a deadline. That is the first bullet underneath your job description. Pays attention to detail and deadlines. And deadlines. Dude, are you even listening to me right now?
Welcome to episode 215 of the Whitetail Distraction Podcast. My name's Austin, and joining me in the PodPort, Charles Headland. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you, friend?
I'm good, man.
Feels
good.
like I haven't seen you in almost 2 months.
Oh, there's been some hunting, and there was some hunting and some hunting
Some
stuff,
some things and
lots
stuff.
of little Debbie's died.
Oh yeah. What was your go-to treat this year?
Dude, you want to be totally honest?
I do.
The Christmas trees.
Oh yeah.
However, I was just at Walmart the other day, and I'm sad it's not really bow season anymore because I saw Christmas tree Nutty Buddies.
Wow, I did see those.
I took a picture of them.
I got the white chocolate Nutty Buddies, but they're singles. They're weird. I'm not a fan. They taste good. They taste about the same.
I'm sure they do.
But I don't know. It's not a Nutty Buddy.
Interesting.
It's not a Nutty Buddy.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't help you kill deer like regular Nutty Buddy.
Those are the OGs are magic.
It's been proven that, I don't know, I bet you close to a dozen deer probably died over Nutty Buddies this year.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
I was eating some Nutty Buddies this year.
Me too.
Some deer died.
And also deer died. Anyways, we also have Joe in the house. JoeBro.
How's it going?
Hi,
Just
friend.
call me Joe. There's no other Joe here this
Well,
time.
I understand that, but to introduce you so people know.
Which Joe? The OG Joe.
Headshot Headland. What
I am here. Oh,
Yeah.
nothing, man. It's nice to be back and not super drunk.
That is helpful. It's helpful. We won't have to edit this one.
Yeah.
For hours and
Good
hours.
stuff.
The problem was I was in an argument with my wife last time, then went to a wedding by myself and got kind of fuck you drunk. And,
That will happen.
and then decided to do a podcast.
Which no one thought you were going to show up to.
That drunk.
Yeah.
The podcast didn't even start yet.
Where are we in this
It's like
thing? Joe, we haven't
11:30 or
started
something.
yet.
You know the deal. We've just been talking.
You knew things were going to be off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
I came busting in at 11:30.
Yeah.
That's so fun, dude.
Good old pod porch.
Yeah, dude.
Porch
It's a
pod.
rack shack
Sorry.
coming back.
It'll be back at some point. I got too much other stuff I got to get done before I can get that officially done.
Old rack shack.
Yeah.
You know
did
what you
miss
need?
it
You need
sometimes.
like a nice little wood stove in there.
That's what's going to happen before it
That'd be
comes
sweet.
back. There's going to be one in there.
It would get super, super hot, but it would
Yeah.
be sweet.
We can open the windows. It used to get hot in there.
Yeah, that little,
A little wood
Propane.
stove in there would
Thing is like
blow that
unbelievable.
place out.
or it wasn't propane. What was that?
It's
Little
propane.
kerosene or it was propane.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little propane heater blew that place out of it.
Dude, it's like, that's
Yeah,
made
I think
for like
a light
warehouse.
bulb could
It's like an
heat
80,000 BTU freaking heater
That's a
in
good
a
point.
10 square foot.
We've put it in this garage before, I feel like.
Yeah, we
Blew
have.
it out. Yeah.
I'm going to blew it out in here easily.
Yeah.
Like sweat pouring off of you.
Thing's awesome.
Shut it off.
Do you still have it?
No, you have it.
I know. I figured, but I just figured I'd ask before I went looking for it somewhere.
At least I hope you do, because I don't have it.
Might be at Ross's. I'm not sure. It's somewhere. It's around. It's I just figured I'd ask. I was like, I don't know.
I got
Anyway.
a propane tank.
Yeah.
It's over there.
Nice looking sled too. Anyhowsers. As you can tell, we haven't seen each other legitimately in a while. Probably since Joe Marcello's little get together, diaper party get together.
Oh,
that we
yeah.
all-
Oh, yeah. Deer dogs are there.
yeah.
Deer dogs.
Those deer dogs are good.
They were good.
With the peños.
Yeah.
That was really good. Big fan. Nice place too that his brother Brandon has.
Oh
out
yeah, dude,
way.
that little shack down the bottom.
Really
Oh
nice.
my goodness.
I wonder if he hunted it. And
I hope he did.
I would.
Dude, it's got power and a TV in there.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
I wouldn't have seen 8 deer. I'd have been watching Tropic Thunder.
This time of year, though, I mean, I've been hitting some of the Christmas movies
Heck
pretty
yeah.
hard, man.
You hit me with one last night.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's probably my number one. It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a wonderful.
It's a good one. Joe was watching Christmas Vacation last night.
Ooh, that might be my favorite.
That's number 2 for me.
Yeah, that's a real
Sure.
good one.
One,
Yeah, I saved the It's a Wonderful Life for Christmas Eve and then fall asleep halfway through it or
Yeah.
go to bed halfway through
Exactly.
it every time.
Heck yeah.
It just happened to be on TV last night as we were talking about it, so I threw it on. But that's a good one, too.
That's a good one. We watched Home Alone the other night.
Yeah.
It was the first time
The
the girls have
OG?
ever seen it. The OG Home Alone. It was good. It was good.
The number 2 was on the other day as well.
New York.
New York, yeah.
Yeah.
Lost in New York or whatever. Yeah. Anyways,
Deer.
we had to get caught up. Now we're getting caught up. We're sitting here. It is last week of deer season.
Gun
or
season.
Gun.
Yep.
Yep. Rifle season last week. Saturday is the last day. And, I look around the table. We've all had a pretty good season so far.
Pretty solid.
I would say
Pretty
good,
solid.
pretty good season. We've had some friends who've had some really good seasons
Oh
as well.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think that means this is a kickoff to a bunch of kill podcasts about to come down.
Oh yeah. They're lined up, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
They are lined up.
A lot of antlers hitting the ground
Yep.
this
Some good
year.
ones, man.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to tell my story because I haven't told Austin my story yet. Did you tell him?
I haven't heard his story yet either.
no, I offered it.
It's a pretty
Just
wild
in
story,
case.
and I just kept it in my pocket just to watch Austin as I told it.
Yeah.
I can't wait, dude.
So I think the easiest way to do this is to have Austin recap his season, and then we'll go into kind of like a really quick into like the beginning of your season, and then into your buck story if you're cool with that, Joe. Because I mean, obviously, it
Yeah.
starts with me and then you.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of bounce back and forth because our seasons kind of intertwine with each other.
For sure.
I'll keep mine relatively short because it's not as exciting as you guys.
No, I mean, it sounded like you had a pretty exciting
it was
season,
it was
actually.
it was pretty. It was fun. It was fun. I had some good encounters and stuff. So, kicking it off, I got some good intel before season about a property that I haven't hunted in a long time. My uncle's place.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years since I've hunted back there, man, because the deer movement changed quite a bit because I don't know what it is about his property. All the big oaks are falling, like tons of them, man. There's probably 10 or 12 trees back there that have fallen, like huge oak trees that have just completely shifted the way that those deer move on that property.
Right.
So I don't even know why I stopped hunting it, but I did regardless. Started hunting back there, man. And immediately the first sit, I worked my way in, which I think is good when you're trying to learn a property again. And the first sit, I got there, got out of my car and had my headlamp on and I turned on the green light and I went to, sorry, I didn't put my phone on silent. I went to walk in and dude, there was 15 deer in his yard. And I was like, oh no. I don't know what to do right now.
Were you just seeing eyeballs everywhere?
Dude, it was like a bat cave. I shined and there were just eyes everywhere. I was like, oh my God.
But not long before the season, you sent me that video. There was a couple.
There was a
freaking
couple
good
real
ones.
good ones in there, man.
Holy shit.
Real good ones. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was
Mhm.
standing in there and when it happened because I just immediately shut off my light and I stepped back out of sight and I stood there for a minute and I was like, I no longer have enough time to get to my next spot. I was like, I have to do something here. So I walked way out around and ended up getting in and I stayed in that top. I saw a pile of deer that morning. I don't remember how many I saw at this point, but 9 deer in the morning, something like that. I didn't hunt real long because it was early season and it was warm. Had a good hunt then. I could have shot a couple of them. It was hot. I didn't want to do anything. So push come to shove, I think I got out that week. Basically every sit that I had back there, I was in deer. And then it started getting into October and I was starting to bounce between a couple of places. I had a couple of good hunts there, had an encounter with a buck, Wasn't one of the ones that we saw that I was actually after. Started hunting a piece of public that I haven't hunted in a while. Got out there and started working my way in again, kind of like based off of like historical places I've hunted, I kind of moved around a little bit and started having some good encounters, seeing a lot of different does. There were acorns absolutely everywhere. And then, dude, the beech nuts were insane. Absolutely insane. There's like a line. It's not even like a ridge. It's basically like where the swamp runs in. Along the edge of the swamp, it's just loaded with beech nuts and hickory nuts and all kinds of shit. I mean, there was so much food in there. It was actually like hard to hunt.
Yeah, this was definitely a big time year for all falling nuts for
Big
sure.
time. Big time, man. And it was like, even when I was hunting early season, like behind my uncles and stuff, man, it was like deafening. Like
Crazy.
I couldn't even tell when a deer was coming. There were so many acorns and stuff falling, which was nuts. But I ended up hitting this really, it was, I don't know, probably mid-October, I found this real nice scrape line along that swamp. Started putting out cameras. Ended up having a camera stolen at another property, so I was bummed out. Put this one in, and I was like, if this gets stolen, I'm going to be furious. I put it out. 2 days later, I had gotten pictures that night and the next day or whatever, and then it was like 2 days later, it stopped transmitting.
Oh, no.
And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. I went in, I had a fresh set of batteries and everything in it. Dude, it was dead as a doornail.
Wow.
So I thought it was stolen.
Yeah.
Luckily it wasn't. Put a different camera in, and then, dude, it was like the floodgates opened. Buck, daylight buck, daylight buck, daylight buck. And I was hitting these spots. I was kind of bouncing around, but I was like, oh, I'll hit this one, come back, hit this one. It was like every other day that I would hunt this, it was like they knew I would have a buck. A nice buck daylight on this freaking scrape, dude. It was uncanny. And then coming towards like the end of October, I had like a couple of just like okay hunts, and I really wanted, I had like 2 days in a row of this one buck hitting that scrape, and I was like, I'm going in there. I have to go in there. Tonight's the night. And my hearing aid place called me, and they were like, hey, your warranty's going to run out. If you need anything done, you need to like come in and send these in. And I was like, oh. So I like shot there after work, got back here, and I was like, dude, I don't have enough time to get out there. So I went and hunted a different spot, and literally 15 minutes before dark, the biggest buck that I had on this whole piece showed up daylight. And I was like, oh, no. Dude, I was so upset. So anyway, I hunted that weekend. And by the way, this piece of public, dude, I didn't see anybody. Nobody.
Had it to yourself.
Had it to myself, which was just
That's awesome.
epic, dude. I think that Saturday I had gone in and I was set up on that scrape, and I thought I had heard a buck grunt. So I grunted back. It didn't sound like a buck roar or like an extinguisher. You know how like a buck grunt sounds. It sounded like a buck. So I grunted back, and it immediately grunted back at me. And I was like, okay. It was like getting to be about prime time. I don't know what, end of October, like
Depends. Well,
6:15 is like prime time, maybe.
I don't even remember. Once the clocks go back, my whole world.
I know that shifts. It was probably right at the beginning of like the golden hour. So you got like an hour of daylight left.
Mm-hmm.
I look, and there's this dude coming in, and he's climbing up. I didn't even know that the stand was there. He's climbing up this freaking stand, and it's a ladder stand. It's like in this thicker part. That's why I didn't notice it. And he's sitting there. He had come in like twilight, and he's sitting there, and I was like, oh man, this is kind of a bummer. That's definitely what was grunting back at me.
Gotta love those guys.
You gotta love those guys. And then, dude, 20 minutes before dark, he climbs down and walks out. I was like,
Hunted for 40 minutes?
what do you do, dude? Yeah, literally like 40. It might have been a half hour, dude.
Oh my God.
It might have been a half hour.
He was
I
both
like,
the guys that you hate. He was somehow both of them.
it was like-
Wow.
You hate the guys that get down early and you hate the guys that come in late.
I don't even
He
know
did
why
both.
he came, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He might have been just like
Checking
trying to
his
like sneak
stand.
around and like run around. It was like, oh, I'll sit up in the stand. It might not have been
It
his.
might not have
Who
been his
knows,
stand. Yeah,
you know?
good point.
Who knows?
Maybe
that's
he heard,
actually a good point.
Maybe he heard you grunt.
Maybe.
And he's like, hey, well, let me jump up in that stand real quick and see if a deer will come in. You know?
I was doing a little blind calling at that point because, I mean, it was getting towards the end of October and stuff was starting to heat up a little bit. I was like, I was having some good reactions from it. And I don't know what happened. Push come to shove, it's like November now. and I was going to get into that spot, and I saw a dude parked where I park. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go to plan B. It's not that far from that spot. It's in the morning. I go out, and it's not a real long walk. I get in super clean, quiet. It's up along 79, so I get a little bit more noise too. I get in crazy quiet, and I'm set up, and I'm like, dude, this just feels right this morning. And it was so damn foggy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You probably remember what morning I'm thinking
I
of.
do. Yeah,
It was like unbelievably foggy.
I was just talking about that. Like, it was almost a few days stretch there where it was just ridiculous fog.
Dude, I almost hit
through
a
half
deer
the day.
driving to the spot because, like, literally, I couldn't see it, and it was right in the middle of the road, like, right on top of me, like, now. I was like, oh my God.
Was that like when it first started getting cold? Probably.
Maybe. It wasn't super cold that morning.
No, it wasn't like crazy cold. No, but
It felt like a good morning.
yeah, it whatever. It was like a 3-day stretch, 3-4 day stretch. It was just so foggy every single
Yeah.
I
morning.
remember there was like a time where it was like I was at work and it was so foggy, like it was almost like, but it was cold. But it was like the air was like freezing around you.
Yeah.
Because it was like cold, but
That's like,
really, really, really foggy.
I think
Yeah.
you're talking about that stretch in November we had.
Yeah, I know it
was
was
like
hunting
right.
season.
It was
I just
right
don't remember.
after I shot my buck. There was a week that was stupid foggy too.
Yeah.
That could be what you're talking about, Joe.
It could be.
I'll bet you.
I'm skipping a really good hunt in between this. I have to go back. I have to backtrack. Halloween morning. I
Ooh.
took Halloween off of work. I do that a lot of years because I'll hunt in the morning, then I take the girls trick-or-treating.
That was the
move.
windy day, huh?
It was a windy day.
Wicked
I'll get
windy.
into that too.
Was it the morning? Nice though.
The morning was relatively calm, but it was like unbelievably dark.
Yeah.
It was almost like there was no moon, no freaking starshine or anything. Like, it was so freaking dark. I walked in with my green headlamp, and I don't know what happened. I walked into this spot. I was walking to that scrape.
Mm-hmm.
I have walked into that spot. I don't know. A million times it feels like. I know where I'm going. Somehow I got turned around. I was like, I ended up on the opposite end of the woodlot. Thought I knew where I was going, and like it was starting to get like that gray light. And I was like, dude, where am I? My Onyx, I had opened it at one point, like it could not find me.
Huh.
I was like, dude, this is like the worst case scenario. I took the day off. I can't even get to like where I want to hunt. I was like all frazzled at that point. And I was like, I'm just going to go up the next tree that looks good. And I went up that tree and I got set up. I was like clanky and loud because I was frustrated. Got up there, dude. I wasn't set up like 10 minutes. And I see a real nice buck. I was like, oh, I just caught like a glimpse of him. I had pulled my binos up and I was looking. I was like, dude, you are seeing things. Like, it's kind of like open timber with a bunch of deadfalls and stuff. And there's like a real nice like pine ridge. I'm like, dude, you're seeing stuff. Looking, don't see it. Looking, and then I caught like another flash, and I was like, no, you aren't seeing things. Like, that's definitely a deer. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, oh, dude, that is a really nice buck. And like the first thing that like stuck out to me, and it still sticks out to me, his antlers were like yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even explain what it like, almost like ambery. They looked like they were like almost glowing. They were so yellow. I was like, I don't know what he's rubbing on, but that was like the coolest buck I've ever seen. He ends up working around, and I think I grunted at him, and he started making this big J hook, dude. My wind was perfect, which that's just luck because I literally just picked the tree on a whim. And he starts working in. It's like he made the J hook and he couldn't catch me, and he was like, "Oh no, everything's fine." And he started coming in, and dude, he's hitting like 40, and I was like, "All right, so I only have like a couple of pockets here." It's like open, but like, I don't even know. It's kind of piney, like almost like lodgepole pine. So like there's a shitload of them, but it's open. You can get shots. There's not like a bunch of stuff on the ground. And he's working his way in like perfectly broadside. I'm like, this is going to work out. I'm like, feel like Iceman. I'm not shaking. You know how bad I get the crazy leg. Feeling like Iceman. And he's coming in, dude. And he's like, I think 28 yards. And he's working through like these freaking pines, dude. And I meeped him to stop him. I feel like Joe right now. I meeped him to stop him. And dude, he stopped behind the only thing he could not stop behind. It was like the gnarliest freaking bush. And I could see his silhouette behind it. But I was like, oh. And I'm at full draw, and he's standing there for like ever. So I'm holding
Story of my life lately.
it. Dude, he's standing there forever, man.
Send that VPA right through there, baby.
I wanted to.
I'm
so
kidding.
bad. I wanted to so bad, but I didn't. And he finally takes like a couple of steps, and I can like see like his brisket basically. And I was like, please just take another step. And he like immediately starts moving again. I was like, oh my gosh. And I tried stopping him again, and he boogered.
Oh, no.
And he went straight away from me. I was like, no. It was like the first really, really good opportunity I had this year at like a really nice buck. Like, I don't want to put a number on him, but I don't know.
Do it.
In the 30s, probably.
Yeah.
It would have been one of my
Solid.
Yeah,
solid.
really solid buck, dude. He was either a 9 or a 10. I think he was a 10 because I think I got a picture of him after. He ended up working towards that scrape. Got down, went over. That was the day that I ended up changing my camera out, I think. I don't know. Maybe I just changed batteries out that day. I did something with it. Let's fast forward to that foggy morning. I got in there, and I'm sitting, and it's a spot I've hunted before. I've had like a couple of good hunts there. Nothing like, I didn't ever see anything like outrageous there. But the deer movement's really good there, and the sign's there. So I'm hunting it. Hunted a different tree than I've ever hunted, and I actually will go back and hunt that tree. I'm watching, there's like this real hard, like almost Peter pole edge. And then beyond that is like a little pocket opening that runs, and it's all oaks, and then it's immediately swamp. So it's kind of nice. They have like a big barrier.
Right.
And then there's 79. So they run this and they run that, and they go around the swamp. So I'm sitting there and I see this doe coming. I was like, oh man, she is heading straight to my tree. I hadn't called her anything that morning. And she literally comes right to the, like, almost to the base of my tree. And I'm looking. She stops. She's sitting there, and I'm sitting here with my binos, and I'm looking. I'm like, there's got to be a buck behind her. There's no buck behind her. Dude, if I felt like I sat there for a minute. It was probably 20 seconds in reality. I was like, there's no buck behind her. 'Cause I can see pretty far. I was like, all right. She's still standing here, like, oblivious. I'm like, I'm just going to shoot this doe. I want to shoot a doe. She let me put my binos away, take my bow off, get drawn. I was like, this is perfect. Zip one through her. And it was the weirdest thing. Those VPAs are so sharp, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Dude, it, like butter.
Mm-hmm.
And that arrow, I think I told you about it. I don't know what happened, dude. It went through her, and I don't know if it glanced off a rock or a stick or what, but it went straight up in the air. Like, I just saw my nocturnal go. And I was like, I like couldn't believe like what I was seeing. She takes off, and I'm watching her. It was a good shot. And dude, as soon as I like look back to like get my bearings, here comes this buck. And I was like, oh dude, that's a nice buck. I can see like nice beam coming. And he was a half rack. Wasn't a legal half rack. If he had had both sides, hopefully it would have been legal. But it was just literally like giant 3-point side. I was like, oh man. So I was bummed that I couldn't shoot him. But then I was like, oh no, he's on that doe. And dude, don't you know, he freaking was dogging her. When I got down and started blood trailing, dude, he took her out into the swamp. It was bad. I went, and I like, when I got down and I started looking for my arrow, couldn't find my arrow, found the shot site, started trailing her. She only went like 60 yards and bedded. And then he fucking got her right up out of her bed and started pushing her. I was like, this is unbelievable. I was following it. I got a bunch of pictures on my phone because I literally went back and started taking pictures of how crazy the blood was. I could not find this deer. I went out in the swamp. There was so much blood. You know how swamp grass is. It's always kind of hard to see. She was bleeding out of both sides, so it was brushing on all of it. I was literally at one point just pulling. It was so thick. I was pulling grass back like this. Just like looking. I was like, oh, the blood. And I was literally like shuffling, going through like this, looking at the blood. I was like, this is perfect. I'm still going to find her. Dude, I ended up falling in the swamp. It was a mess of a morning. I went like 250 yards through the swamp until literally I just couldn't find anything anymore. And I was standing there, and I was like, I don't know where I am. I had fallen in. Like, I'm literally, this stuff's over my head. I felt like I was in like a tunnel of like swamp grass. And ended up using Onyx. I couldn't track my way back because it was so thick. I literally didn't know where I came from. Jeez. So I literally got out by Onyx. I don't know how I would have got her out. Couldn't find her. Packed up all my crap and went.
How close was she on the shot?
Dude, 8 yards.
You think you might just one longer?
I don't think. Maybe.
Like
I don't know. She
like
immediately
top,
went and bedded.
like top side of the front lung and then the back lung.
Possible, I
To
guess.
the point where, I mean, she can make it a few hundred yards when she's getting pushed.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That's wild.
Because she mule kicked and just took off. And like I said,
Yeah.
maybe it might have been 60 yards. Might have been less than that. She like laid down.
Which is
I don't
weird in itself.
It was weird. Very bloody.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
then I had a couple hunts after that weren't crazy.
Yeah.
And then gun season.
What happened in gun season, bud?
Oh, buddy.
You had a...
Buddy.
Was that first day?
That was first day.
Yeah, I thought so.
My uncle wanted to go out. I ended up putting him in that spot that it actually is a really nice spot. I walked around it at one point where I had that encounter with that Big 10 point. I put him there and I was going back to hunt. There's like a peninsula beyond that scrape. I wanted to hunt the peninsula. I started getting back there and I started running into guys. So I was like, oh. I went and hunted a totally different spot. I just set up on this. There was like a real hard edge and the swamps over here still again. 79 is way out. And it's like a nice open timber stand. There's like I don't know, maybe like another wall of pines in the back, but it's a big pocket. And I got up the tree and I only went up 2 sticks, just enough so I could see, you know what I mean? And, there were guys out there. I was shocked because 2 years ago I was out there, was the only one out there on first day of gun season, which is unreal. I'm sitting there and I see 4 does come in and they're kind of moving a little bit. I was getting on them. I was like, oh, it is still very early and I know there's a lot of bucks in here. And then another one came and she was all by herself. And she was probably, I don't know, 100 yards. Not a super long shot. Very comfortable with it. I shoot. She takes off. I was like, oh, perfect. I got 3 doe tags.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes off and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then from my left, I immediately see 2 more coming. And they're coming. They're kind of like way off. So I pick up my phone and I take a picture of the spot that I shot at where she was. I was like, I don't want to forget where she was. Take a picture of the spot. They come out. They pop out at like 60 yards. 2 does. One ended up being a button buck.
How'd you find that out?
I'll tell you. The first one, the big lead doe, man, she was at like 60 yards. Maybe a little less. I just dropped her. And then the other one kept coming. And I was like,
I got 3.
I got 3 doe tags. Comes out, shoot it, and it drops. And I had spined it. And I was like, oh, that's not good. It's yelling, which is awful. So I immediately get on my tree. I'm real steady and I shoot and I see that bullet blow up behind it. And I was like, that's weird. Shoot again. Bullet hits above it, like beyond it. And it's still sitting there dragging itself. I was like, oh, my gun's hitting high. So I climb down. I go over and I finish it off. People think I'm starting a war because I'm just banging away with my 270, dude. Banging away. So I get down and I'm like, all right, so I know where those ones are. I was like, I'm going to go find this. So I go back to my tree and I look at my phone and I was like, all right, it's this one pocket. I go out there and I just see impact. There's just freaking mud sprayed everywhere. No blood. I follow her tracks for a little bit. No blood. I was like, I shot over her. So I go back and I went up my tree and I sat there for a while. I think I saw 2 more deer. And then I was like, all right, I'm back here a ways. I gotta take care of these deer. Get down, got them. I was like, I have my deer cart in my car, but it's like 3/4 of a mile. I was like, I'm just going to drag them out. This can't be that bad. Dude,
Terrible idea.
I got like maybe like 40 yards dragging both of them with my backpack on, my freaking sticks, my rifle, and I'm dragging one in each hand. And I was like, this is miserable. Dropped them. Just went out. Totally went out. Got my deer cart, came back in, got him, and did that freaking death march out. But that was my season in a nutshell so far.
Nice.
There's more to come.
More to come. A lot more season left.
There's a lot more season left.
And we got extended season. Do you have any 2B tags?
No.
Okay.
And I went on
DMAPs,
a couple weeks ago to get a 2B tag, and they were gone.
Oh yeah, they've been gone.
Yeah, I didn't. When did 2B start selling out?
Last year. I think ever since they started doing more of these like deer management programs down there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I know guys are dropping like 15 doe
Yeah.
a year down there. So
I literally didn't buy one when I was buying doe tags because I was like, oh, I'll just buy one if I
they,
get bored.
I'm trying to remember when they sold out. Because I remember I went on, I was going to buy another one after I shot one, and I think there was like very few left, and then they sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that started happening last year.
That's a bummer.
There was always used to be like 20,000 left.
Yeah.
That ain't the case anymore.
I guess.
Mm-mm.
I will remember that next year.
Yeah, it's always nice to like. I filled one this year,
Mm.
and then I had another one. I have another tag. I always like doing like a late season hunt down there with the straight wall. I mean, that's why main reason I bought it.
Yeah.
Is to do that. So I'll probably walk around.
The old
with, like,
400.
Yeah. Me, Sabelli, Joe Marcello, Matty B, all Joe's friends, basically. We all like to go down there and get together and
I'm
take
bummed because I got a straight wall too.
take pictures and send it to Joe. Well, you got a buck tag? Oh, you can't shoot a buck with that.
No.
Not an extended.
Mm-mm.
That's dumb.
With a bow, I can.
Yeah, or muzzleloader.
Can you with a muzzleloader?
Yeah.
I think you only shoot does with it, can you? Oh, maybe you
No.
can.
Flintlock, you can shoot
flintlock.
buck or doe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, maybe.
Extended archery or flintlock.
Yeah.
Because then that's where you can use the buck tag as a doe tag if you shoot
That's
it with
right.
a flintlock.
That's
too.
right. That's right. It has to be with a flintlock, though.
Mhm. But I'm pretty positive you can shoot a buck. I mean, check
I got
the
a
reg,
flintlock.
I guess. Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
terrible with it.
Yeah, same. Not the greatest.
Yeah, I
But-
feel more comfortable with a bow than those.
100%.
I feel way more
yeah.
comfortable with a bow, dude.
I mean, I shot McCoy's backup not terribly out to like 50, but
Yeah, you
that
shot
was
doe
on
with it.
paper. Yeah, I shot doe my first year doing it. and
I remember.
I did not like the way that all played out. It was terrible. I was like, yeah, I could have made that shot with my bow probably, so screw this. But that's a good year, man. I mean,
It was a
again,
good year.
You're not done. You got,
No, I'm
you
not
got-
done.
But you got some fresh venison in
Oh,
the
yeah.
freezer,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
cool. I mean, that's the whole point of it.
Absolutely.
Thank
Well,
you.
there's a reason why I was trying to fill 3 doe tags.
Exactly. Yeah, especially at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, you got a gun in your hand
It's
Trying to
freezer
drop
filling
meat.
time when it comes
Yep.
to gun season, dude.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's why, like you said, wait for bucks, but it's like, yeah, your odds aren't great to
No.
begin with.
No.
Mine have never been great in gun season.
Especially not after you starting a war.
Yeah. Kaboomy. I mean, you're hunting public. too.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Yeah.
hunting private somewhere and no one else is on it, I get it.
Well, what's funny too, when I got those deer out, there were dudes that came into the parking lot at the
Mhm.
same time, and they were way, way in the back too. They were like, "Were you guys in the back?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Were you the one that was banging away?" That was me.
My gun was off.
Nobody else was shooting, dude. I think I was
Yeah.
the only one that shot all morning.
You're the guy.
Maybe I
everyone's
just
like,
killed
"Man,
all the deer.
Everyone's like, I wish I was that guy. Let's go over there. Start moving in on you. Oh man. Well, I honestly don't even know. Last time we talked was before the regular season started, right? So like I shot that doe early with Mikey
Yep.
out of the same tree. And then my archery season kind of went up and down, but I can't even remember much of the beginning of it. I know I hunted quite a bit.
Yeah.
Trying to think the doe I even shot. I don't remember. Oh, so I had some mishaps this year as well, like a really rough beginning of the season for whatever reason. I had shot and killed that one with Mikey, and then the next one I was still using the commanders, and I hadn't quite started shooting the VPAs yet, and I haven't spent the time to see if they were going to be on or anything, and I knew I was going to have to mess with them a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? One day I was just like, screw it. I'm going to throw it in the bow and see how it hits. And I was shooting them and they were shooting freaking great. I didn't have to touch anything.
Yeah.
Like it was spot on. So I was shooting it the day before. I'm like, we're good. Went out the next day, still threw the commanders on because I think I had one or two, and I just filled the quiver up with the VPAs at that point. And it was perfect. We went down to 2B. I sent Sabelli in on a pin. He wouldn't come with me for whatever reason. He wanted to go to his spot, so he went to his spot. I'm like, I've been wanting to do this all year, so I'm going to go in from the other way and sneak into this spot. And honestly, I was trying to get to a different area up on top of this ridge, and there was a bunch of oaks in there and a whole bunch of feeding from last gun season when we went back in there. And there were 2 bucks bedded in there as well. last year.
Sweet.
So I'm like, all right, I get back in and I'm like, dude, there's trees falling everywhere and I don't know where the hell I'm at. I just kind of find a tree and I'm like, this looks like a really good, like I'm looking through my red light, you know, I'm like this looks like a great pinch point right here. So I just climbed the tree and I'm up in there and I'm looking around and I got like a big tree down to my left and a tree off to my right that's down. It's like the perfect funnel. If a deer wants to go through there, they have to go past me. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting there, nothing.
Oh, no.
8 o'clock hits. It's like someone just flipped a switch. I start hearing something behind me and I look back and these 2 little deer coming in directly from behind me, which is downwind, but they're little and they don't care. So they're like doing the little sniffy thing and they're like 15 yards, but they're right behind me, like to my right kind of though. So I can't just turn around and shoot them. Plus if I did, they'd probably bust me because they're close. Like they got in on me close and I'm like, So I'm waiting for the opportunity, and I have my bow in my hand, and they're coming directly under me to my right, and they're just kind of meandering along. Well, here, finally, they give me an opportunity, and I swing out all the way around the tree to the left, and this deer I'm watching is at like 10 yards, and it's just kind of quartering funky, and it's not really giving me a good shot. Well, then it steps out in the opening, and I draw back, and she kind of like gives me a weird quartering and I don't like it. And she's behind a tree still. So I'm waiting for her. Well, here, as I'm waiting on her, another one steps out perfect. 15, 16 yards broadside. I'm like, oh, screw it. I'll just shoot you then. Stops, head down, feeding, pull the bow up, settled the pin, let it go. And it looked weird. Like as soon as I shot, it looked high. And I remember the arrow didn't look or hear like it hit the deer. And it hit and ricocheted and shot, but like shot left. I was like, that was kind of weird. And the deer, initially, I'm like where my pin is, and when I let it go, I'm thinking, smoke this deer.
Oh, yeah.
But when I saw the arrow, I'm like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And it bounds off and stands off in this like thick, I don't even know what that brush is there. Like, I don't know if it's autumn olive, I don't know what it is, but it's like crazy, brushy, thick shit. And I'm like, it's going to go down right there. So I'm watching the other one, and I totally lose the one I shot. I'm like, it probably just went down. So I'm all pumped up. Well, here, right off the hill where I expect the deer to come from, the feeding and the oaks, here comes mama and a little one, big, big mama. And I'm like, God. And at this time, I want to say, oh, yeah, I only have 1 2B tag because I filled one already.
Yeah.
Mikey. So I'm like, damn, I don't have a doe tag. And here comes the damn big mama that I would have rather shot. And she does the opposite of what those deer just did, basically. She comes out in front of me, turns to my right, walks right past me at 10 yards, gets behind me, catches my wind, bounds off, stops. Still would have given me plenty of opportunity to kill her. And they walk off and go into the bedding area. And that was it. It was all the deer I saw. I got down. And the whole time I'm looking at my arrow and it's like sitting in the ground sideways. And I'm like, man, something doesn't seem right with that arrow. And I'm starting to lose all confidence. Get down, nothing. No blood. Like not an ounce of blood or anything anywhere. I don't know what happened. Like there was like one hair on my broadhead. And my arrow was like kind of greasy, but there wasn't even like white on it. What could I have possibly done? I never found hair and I never found blood. I have no idea. We searched for 4 hours, never found the deer, never found blood. Now, and I know where he went. I mean, there's obvious trails that run through this place, and that's really the only place deer are going to go because it's so crazy thick. I went all of them, and I went all the way up, and I bumped the deer. And I don't know if it was that one or the other one. I don't know, but I bumped a small deer and it ran off. And I checked everywhere where it was laying down. There was no blood, no deer, no blood.
Unreal.
Yeah. So I blew that opportunity. I'm like, all right, well, here we are now. I've killed one and I've basically missed one. And then I'm still trying to think the doe I killed this year. Where did I kill my doe this year? I don't remember now. Was it?
Yeah, Mercer, you killed the one. You had one early season, right? You already
I know.
mentioned.
Never mind. Okay. Yes, thank you. Sorry. So
This is why we shouldn't wait till.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Totally forgot about
Yeah.
this. That actually is the one I need to tell second after this one. So the year was kind of crazy, but there was an encounter before that. I was getting on camera a buck that was stupid big. Kenny.
Kenny.
And he was Kenny because of this one brow tine was stupid long, like 9-10 inch brow tine. Insane. Like it was almost as high as G2s. And all I could think was, what you can do about it, brow tines? So I was thinking Kenny's his name, right? Thought it was creative. And I'm like, dude, I gotta hunt Kenny. Like he would show up in the morning. It was October 23rd. He showed up in the morning at like, I don't know, way before daylight. So I hunted that afternoon in that spot. I had perfect wind, everything. And I was starting to see deer move like late. I had an encounter in that spot earlier before I even knew Kenny was in there. And I set up my camera that night with a pretty good 8-point, a young deer. He did everything a stupid young deer would do and would have let me shoot him 100 times, and I passed on him. And that's when I set my camera up, and I had these deer starting to move that evening, waiting on Kenny, and I'm like, I don't know. And then like last light, they're coming my way, and two pretty big mature doe. I didn't see the second one. I just saw the front one. She was coming right in, and I don't know if I screwed it up or what I did, but she picked me like pretty quick. She picked me. And by the time I could actually see her through some of the brush and stuff, because it was still pretty green at that point, she finally popped out. She was at like 20 yards. And I was hiding behind the tree. She got uncomfortable, started going to the left. I drew back. She was perfectly in my opening. And I was settling in on her. And as I did that, she took 2 or 3 more steps. And when she took 2 or 3 more steps, she was behind a little tiny sapling. But that was at like her 3rd rib, and everything forward was exposed. Like perfect. Plenty of room, right? I mean, we're talking like a 2-inch sapling. And then there was a big tree to her left, but like nowhere near her. Her whole head to that tree was exposed. I'm like, okay. And I took my head away from my bow just to make sure, because it's dark. I'm like, all right, we're good. There's her leg. I take my pin, I come up her leg, and I'm settling in, let it go. Once again, arrow flies, ricochets. I'm like, shit, what the fuck did I hit? Like, what did I hit? But I heard it hit the deer. Like, it deflected, but it hit her. She went barreling out of there. Like,
You hear that hollow sound?
no, it was a thud.
It was a thud.
It was a thwack.
Yeah.
And at this point, I was using VPAs. Like, I switched. I made that switch after that commander incident. Not that it had anything to do with the broadheads. It's just that I had 1 clean commander left and 3 VPAs. And I was like, let me just commit to the VPAs. Because I went home. I didn't mention that. I went home and shot that night after, because that was a morning hunt that I shot over that deer's back. And for whatever reason, the commanders were now hitting like 3 inches high. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I just shot my bow the day before and I was spot on. I was like, wait, I was shooting the VPAs the day before. I didn't shoot the commanders again. I've been shooting them all year, making sure they're on. And I was good. That's one thing I did do this year, is I shot enough in my yard with the broadheads, which I usually don't even do.
I shot a ton with my broadheads this year.
Yeah, and they were on. Like, they were always on, except for this morning. For whatever reason, the commander was flying high. So I just like, screw these. The VPAs, I shot them. I shot them so well, I destroyed an arrow. Like an idiot.
Yeah.
With them. And I'm like, well, that's not good. But so I switched back
that
to
is
VPAs.
good.
It is good, yeah. So I was like, okay, VPAs are good. They're hitting good. They're flying good. I'm just going to use them. Well, this one ricochets. Long story short, I tracked that deer for like 400 yards on basically pinpricks. Never got real good blood. Never got good blood. The arrow, again, had like a little bit of hair on it and just white, greasy fat. As soon as I saw the arrow, I knew it wasn't good. That was not a good sign. Like, no blood on the arrow at all. But I was tracking decent blood at first. And she crossed the creek. I went across into the swamp. I tracked her all the way through that. Lost blood. Lost everything. So now I'm really bummed. And that's what leads to the morning where Joe and I kind of were talking about accessing into this spot. We went in there earlier in the year, and it's flooded like crazy. We went in with the kayaks. And I'm trying to get to my tree, and I'm like almost going over top of my boots. and it wasn't that wet out. I'm like, this is not normal for back here.
Yeah.
It's never been this way.
And it was super dry at that time, right?
Yeah.
Other than maybe like recently it rained just a touch.
Yeah.
It was like that huge dry spell we had.
Yeah, we had a
shouldn't have been
then we
that
got
wet.
a ton of water.
Mm-hmm. And it was before all that. Like when we got water back there, you weren't hunting it unless you had chest waders.
Yeah.
Oh, it was before the crazy rain we had. It was like that dry spell, and then I think we had like
a touch of
miniature
rain.
rain. It shouldn't have been that wet for that crazy dry spell we had. It should have been dry.
Because I remember telling him, I'm like, dude, it's been so dry this year through that 2-month drought. Back there's going to be bone dry.
Yeah.
Well, not the case.
It was not.
Well, we come to find out the beavers had dammed up all new sections
Yep.
and just had everything backed
We
up.
literally, normally we have to pull the kayak over a dam. But this year, we floated over it.
The dam was
so
underwater.
high,
Unreal.
the dam was underwater
Mm-hmm.
because there was another dam we had no clue about.
Dude, that's a ton of water.
Ton
It
of
was a
water.
lot.
It was.
I didn't think anything of it. I thought, okay, the dam's just gone. You know, I only walked like 30 yards from the kayak and
Yeah,
set
right.
up, left my coffee in there.
What's
Very
so
upsetting.
weird about that is the float in, like we were getting crazy amount of grass and stuff, but you could tell the water was deep. Like
Yeah.
I expected the water to be very shallow, and I was worried about getting back in there because I thought the water was going to be so shallow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like portage over stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
weird.
And I'm like, has all the signs of being shallow because there's all this crazy grass everywhere, but we're just floating back like completely
Yeah.
fine. There's nothing touching our kayaks at all. And we get back in there and I almost freaking go underneath basically. And so I'm like, I'm not going to do that again this year, especially not by myself and especially
Right.
not when it gets cold. So I think it was early November, Joe. What time frame? I don't remember when you shot your deer, but
It was the 4th.
yeah, so like this is like November 2nd, 1st or 2nd. It's like prime time back there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to walk in the long way, and I'm going to sneak in and get back into the same tree I hunted the morning I hunted with him when it was really high, because I had seen some deer that day. They kind of were off. They skirted me, but it was really
it was
good
early.
spot.
It was early when we went in, and that spot, it's more of like a time situation.
Yeah.
Like you have to hit
Like
it.
a historical
It's either-
date section.
Yeah.
It's either super hot or super cold. And like the spot I hunted, yeah, it was flooded out, so maybe they weren't using it the same way, which they probably weren't. But we hit it a little bit too early, and I didn't see a single deer all day.
Yeah, I think
He
I
saw
saw
some deer,
one
but he
or
was
two.
like, he was on the dry land part of it, so he was probably in a better
And
situation.
the swamp oaks back there were dropping.
Yeah.
Which I was like, when I saw that, I got super fired up about it.
Oh,
One,
yeah.
I was a little bummed because I think we missed out on an opportunity on some early season feeding back in there.
Probably, yeah.
But I think also that wetness threw off some of the bedding patterns because a lot of them deer used to bed more towards the other side,
Yeah.
and it was all flooded out.
Oh,
So
guaranteed.
I don't think deer were bedding
Yeah.
the same.
I honestly wanted to put a camera back here because we had no eyes on it. And I'm like, I don't even care about any kind of intel it's going to give me other than, is a buck alive back here that's
Mhm.
worth shooting?
Yeah.
And when is it turning on?
Yeah.
Is what I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah.
Because like this year, if you don't remember, it seemed like it turned on kind of late. You know, like the does. The does didn't turn on until like into November. Like the bucks started doing their cruising, but the does weren't hot yet until like after I shot my buck.
Mhm.
See, that's
I don't think
that's
the
area
does
based,
really.
man.
Yeah, it is area based,
Yeah.
but like in our properties, it didn't seem like the does really turned on until like
There was definitely better rutting late,
I don't know,
later
like
on.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
There was.
almost like in the double digits November, like maybe around the 8th, 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
I don't think the does really turned on our properties.
Yeah.
We didn't really see any chasing.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. And like an idiot, that first hunt we went in there, I pulled all my cameras because they were all dead and I didn't have anything with me. And I was hoping to put them back in there and never did because I'm a moron. So we never got cameras back in there. And I was like, screw it. We know it's a good spot. Historically, late October through mostly all of November, that spot back there is really good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go in. I'm going to hunt that tree, see what I see. So I'm coming in and I'm seeing big tracks coming into the swamp, and I'm like, that's a good sign. Like there's definitely movement coming through here. And I kind of swung out short of where I'm set up because I don't want to walk through the area. I expect the deer to come through, obviously. So I come out and like into the swamp, out and around wide to my tree. Get up it. I mean, same tree. I wasn't going to hunt there because, like I said, I got skirted last time. So I was going to go towards more, probably 50 yards behind me, where when I pulled my cameras, there was just acorns littered like all over the ground. I'm like, I should go back here. But I was like, screw it. I'm kind of getting towards like a half hour before daylight. Let me just get up this tree.
Yeah.
Shimmied up it. Great cover, great tree. I'm in one of the swamp oaks. So like there's a lot of like crazy branches and stuff around me.
Yeah.
And first thing in the morning as I'm walking in, I hear a turkey gobble.
Oh,
like,
yeah, baby.
You know, I'm having, in my mind, I'm having a pretty rough season. Like I've shot 3 times. I've killed 1 deer.
Yeah.
You know, I've wounded 1, and I hate doing that.
I do too,
Which
dude.
I think both of those deer that I shot at, and obviously I don't even think I hit the one. If I did, I barely grazed it. And the other one, I no doubt in my mind they both lived.
Yeah.
Happily ever. I actually think I saw that doe on camera later in the year.
Oh, no kidding.
With a mark through like the front of her brisket.
Yeah. Now that
So
makes
I'm
sense.
pretty
that
sure
greasy makes sense in the brisket.
Yeah. There was a mark, like very obvious mark that would have made perfect sense where I hit her. And there weren't that many big mature doe in there either. So like to see that big mature doe on camera with a mark tells me that was probably her.
Yeah.
But turkey gobbles, and I'm like, you know what, dude, today's my day. Like I'm turning this around. Like it's November, sweet November. You know, turkey's firing off. I get in my tree, and first thing I see, turkeys start coming down behind me, dropping down.
Ooh.
Like, ooh, it's turkey season.
Chuck happy.
So I got a VPA on, but it's turkey season. I'm like, I got a commander in my quiver just as like a backup, just in case, you know. And yeah, it might hit a little high, but it's a turkey. I'll just aim a little low, no big deal. I want that big cut. So I'm contemplating in my head, like, do I switch out my arrow? And I'm watching these turkeys. They're directly behind me. So I'm like all turned around, and the tree's kind of funky on how I have to turn around. I kind of have to put all my weight to the right. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll turn around and I'll see a deer, and I'll not have to worry about these turkeys anymore. So I turn around and go kind of grab my bow, and I look up, and there's a deer out in the swamp right where I walked in, out in front of me, probably 70 yards. And she's coming out, but she's like looking back in to the area where I expect deer to come from. I'm like, oh, that's a good sign.
Forget those turkeys.
Yeah, screw those turkeys. It's deer time. Like, here we go. I'm either going to shoot this doe, or maybe there's going to be a buck. And I moved my tether to the right of the tree a little bit. So if I had to swing, I wouldn't swing too far to the left. So I'm like, all right. And I'm looking at this deer out in front of me. I'm like, I need to move my tether a little bit if I'm going to shoot this deer out in front of me.
Yeah.
So I, put my bow down, lean up, just move it like an inch on the tree, sit back into my saddle, put my hand on my bow, and I look to my left, and I just see buck coming right at me.
Yeah, dude.
Like 35 yards through this thick stuff coming out into the swamp edge that I'm hunting on. And immediately I'm like, oh God, that's a shooter. Like I've passed on a couple bucks. I actually passed on one again, Halloween morning. Passed on a decent buck. He was a little broken up.
Yeah.
And missed a doe that morning too. Forgot about that.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, misjudged.
Let's forget about that.
Shot right over her back. I'm like, okay, clean miss. So yeah, now you can understand. I'm frustrated. I've actually shot 4 arrows.
Oh man.
And I've killed 1 deer.
You're doing a lot of resharpening.
4 arrows, yeah. Found it though.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing went plinko through the woods. I was hunting in the middle of the slash.
I didn't get to that. I forgot to tell you. I never found that arrow that went straight up.
Yeah.
I think it's in a tree up there somewhere.
It probably is. Just buried in
Never
the tree.
found it.
Should have went back at night.
I should have. I didn't even think about that. I'd have been like, look.
Killed a family of squirrels.
Yeah. But yeah, Halloween morning was great. I really always wanted a Halloween buck.
Me too, dude.
Yeah, I have to touch on that. I forgot. My timeline's off. I had an opportunity. I was sitting in that slash spot that I've hunted. I hunted last year when Graybeard was in, and I saw these bucks, and I didn't have a buck tag, right?
Yeah.
So I like first thing in the morning, I hear something. I'm like, that is a deer running behind me. I know it. I can hear it, but I can't see anything. So I finally turn all the way around, and I can see it. I'm sitting up in the brushy top of a tree that fell down. Perfect cover. She's standing at the base of where that tree fell down behind me. So I don't know, 15 yards, something maybe. I'm like, oh shit, there's a deer right there. So I'm like slowly getting turned around, and I'm going to shoot her. And I never saw, but the buck must have been kept coming. And he eventually gets in the opening, busts me. I don't know what it was. Looked nice. He was heavy, real dark frame. He round off. She ends up coming around. I drew back, thought she was 20, or thought she was 30. She was actually closer, and I shot over her back. So anyways, back to the story. This
You have a rangefinder, right? Just kidding.
I did range that spot. That's what's weird. So I'm still not sure where the deer was actually standing.
Yeah.
You know how those slashes
I
are.
do,
They
dude.
get a little confusing when
Yeah.
they're in certain openings. And she was behind me, not in a spot where I tipped. And it was first thing in the morning, so I haven't ranged yet.
Didn't you find like a big hemlock that morning
Mhm.
with like a big old scrape under it or
Mhm.
something?
And then
I
someone's
remember
cell
seeing
camera.
that polo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm sitting there on polo telling you guys about
Yeah.
everything and talking. I look over and there's a cell camera looking right at me. I'm like, oh, shit.
Hi.
Hi. Walk away.
That's why, like, for the longest time, I mean, pretty much ever since I started hunting, I just range find the deer. Unless it's like exactly on a trail that I've range found, like, okay, she's exactly on that 25-yard trail, or if they're 25 and in, I don't range find them, obviously, but I hit every deer before I shoot them. In my head, I'm like, I'd rather know exact yardage instead of missing this deer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd rather screw it up hitting the rangefinder one last time than
Yeah.
screw it up shooting over her back or wounding them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've hunted that spot year after year now.
Yeah.
3 years in a row. And I knew there was a road back there that was at 30 yards. And I could have swore she was at 30 or 32 yards. Big deer, too. I don't know what happened. I just put
It
my
happened.
30 pin on her and sailed it over her back. Like, okay, must have been closer. I don't know. And then when I got over there, I looked, and I don't even know how the arrow got through my opening because there wasn't an opening there. But I found the arrow like way off
Yeah.
somehow. So anyways, that buck just appears. And I'm like, shit, my bow's like in my hand, but it's still hooked onto my strap. And I'm like, shit, he's right to my left. Perfect. And he kind of looks towards me, but doesn't think anything of me. From his angle looking at me, there's so much brush behind me. It's insane. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way
good
he
back
could-
cover.
he just can't see me. There's no chance he can see me. And I'm like, because he should have busted me at that point. So he comes out into the swamp. Perfect. Now, mind you, I don't understand what this dude's doing. He must have lost that doe because the doe's over 70 yards, like sitting there kind of hiding, looking at him. And again, like maybe Joseph, she probably wasn't in yet either. And he's coming out to my left, and he goes behind this huge tree and this brushy stuff. Perfect. Like, literally, I can't write it up any better. It's 25 yard to the trail behind that tree. I draw back as he goes behind that tree, and my arrow falls off my string.
Yes, I remember.
And I'm panicking. I have no idea. Actually, first, I didn't realize it because when I drew back, it didn't fall off till like the last second, and it was just sitting right here on my jacket.
Oh, man.
But I heard something, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I kind of like peeked down, and my arrow's not on my string. It's sitting on my chest, like on my jacket. I'm like, that's not good.
No.
That's really not good. So I don't know what to do, but I grab the front of the arrow with my front finger, and I'm like pulling it up to myself, and I grab the knock in my mouth, and I let down. And I'm like panicking, and I hurry up and I get it back on the string again. Well, he's no idea what's going on. He's coming across. He's circling me now to my left. 25 yards, same trail. Gets behind another tree. I draw back. Arrow falls off again. I'm like, what is happening right now? Now I'm screwed. Like my mind, everything. I was in it. I am just
Coming
flustered.
apart.
Coming apart. I'm dying right now. So for the second time, do the same thing, grab it, let down. He's still coming in, and he's coming closer and closer around my left, and he's directly behind me now. So I'm like swung way out. Remember I told you how I have to swing out around, like put all my weight to the right? Well, I moved my little strap thing, so it's kind of awkward because I had it to the right. I moved it more left. So now I really got to force myself to the right to get turned around. And I'm looking at my arrow, trying to figure out why this thing is coming off the string. This has never happened to me. And I'm putting it back on the string for the third time. I'm looking at everything. I don't understand. I know my broadhead is not hitting anywhere. My rest is up. I don't understand what's happening. Like in my head, I have no clue.
Do you have new arrows?
I did.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, they're new arrows. It was
I
a
was
whole
wondering
new-
if like I think I brought this up to you maybe. I was wondering if like the friction of the arrow, because you said it was like a different texture, right? It's like harder to see blood,
No.
you said?
Yeah, it is weird. It's just an Easton.
It's not like a different texture like that
No.
would grip up on your rest and
No.
cause it to kind of...
No, the only thing with my rest this year is that tape that comes with it all peeled off, and I put a thing of stealth strip on it. But like I've shot that bow a million times in the yard, anywhere. This has only happened now for the first time, and I don't. After the fact, and we'll get into that because I think we may have figured out what's causing it.
Is it still happening now?
We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Next time.
Next time
On the White Tail District.
We'll find out.
Part 2. So now I got my arrow like back on, and I'm kind of inspecting, looking at everything. I'm not paying attention enough to the buck and where he's at. He gets behind a last tree, and he comes out at 18 yards, perfectly broadside, wide open. There's not a thing between us but air. Now he's got me picked because I've lost my cover. I'm way out around the tree, and I'm also shaking like an inflatable wacky arm tube man in the middle of a windstorm. Is me. I'm shaking so bad, my legs, because I only got one leg on the platform.
Yep.
And I'm shaking, and I can't control it. And he stops and looks right at me. I mean, he just burning a hole in me. I'm not drawing back. I'm holding my bow in front of my face. I'm just trying to calm down.
I'm just a little tree, Bucky.
And I'm telling myself, he can't see you. He can't see you. You're okay. But I'm falling apart. And he didn't like it. And he kind of turned and started walking away from me. And when he did, I drew back, waiting for him to give me anything. And he started to quarter back to the left again and gave me a shot, gave me an opening. My pin was going from his ass to his antlers at this point because my right leg was shaking so bad on the platform, I could not come steady on him.
Good on you for letting down, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't pull the trigger. I just could not do it. And he turned and he walked directly away from me. He went about 80 yards. He stood out there for a while. He bent back in towards the thick stuff, and he stood there for a little while. And my wind was beautiful. He never got my wind. He didn't like what he saw up in that tree shaking.
But he didn't.
But he didn't even know it was
Freak.
me. Like, he never bounded. He didn't even take a jump. He just walked away.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I let him get out of the way, and I kind of grunt. I went to grunt. My grunt tube's broken. Broken. Does not work. Not just frozen. Broken. Like, will not work. I'm like, oh, this thing's junk. I almost threw it into the swamp, but I didn't because that would be littering. So I'm trying to grunt with my mouth. That.
That crazy stick is making weird noises.
And I give him a... And he's like, I don't know what he's doing because I can't see him anymore. But he's like, dude, I'm not coming back there.
I saw you.
Yeah, like, dude, I saw you. Like, you're not a harm to me. Just watch your arrow fall off the string twice. Like, what are you going to do to me?
Grow up and figure out how to pull back your bow.
Yeah. Like, I'm almost in tears. Like, I'm
Ugh.
broken. I'm a broken man. And I'm like, I switch arrows out to another one. Same arrow, same setup, same everything. But I'm like, whatever. I can't possibly draw that arrow back again and feel good about myself. And right after that, he disappeared, and here comes a big mama doe and a little one, and they're skirting me the same way they did the day me and him were in there. And I'm like, whatever, dude. Just go. Get out of here. I don't care. Well, here this little 4-point starts chasing him. Like hard chasing him. And chases her around in a circle. And she comes
3
running.
point or 4 point?
He was a 3-point. Yeah. He was a 3-point. He was like a spike and a little 2, I think.
Yeah.
Just a little shitbag, right? And he chases her hard. And I'm like, I got my bow and everything ready. But I chases her. She bounds in it like 8 yards. Right underneath me. Again, directly behind me, so I'm all the way around again. But this time I realized if I go far enough, I'll run into a branch, and that branch will kind of help sturdy me up. Like my legs are on the branch. I didn't know that before.
No more crazy legs.
No more crazy legs. Like I can rest myself. And she's standing there like panting, looking around, has no idea. She's turned, starts walking perfectly broadside across my face. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to not shoot you at this point. Like, I'm having a rough enough season. I'm sorry, lady. You have to die.
Yeah.
Like, it's your fault. I have to take it's my fault. I have to take this frustration arrow out on you. Perfect. I even pulled the shot like an idiot. It was like 7 yards. Shot her. She bounded off like 60 yards. Stood there. Got the Jimmy legs herself. Fell over. That freaking 3-year-old, 3-point, not 3-year-old, 3-point doofus has his way with her. Like he's ramming her on the ground with his antlers. Like he just would not leave her alone, but she's not getting up. She's done so. And he's just, dude, he's doing it, stomping at her. Here, this little tiny deer standing there with him, like, Mom, what's happening?
Yeah, oh no.
Like, why is he doing this to you?
What did you do?
Yeah, like, leave her alone. And then he would chase her off. And then he'd come back to my deer.
Oh, man.
Dude, roughed her up for like an hour. All this commotion, I'm thinking that buck's going to come back eventually. He never did. I ended up packing her out. Joe's all mad at me because I shot the only big doe in the area, apparently.
I was mad at you because you saw a nice buck and then you decided to murder a doe and spend 10 hours cutting it up and leaving its corpse there.
He was angry, okay?
I had a lot of demons to
Think
take
about
care
it
of.
like, okay, there's a deer here. I don't know if I messed up the area or not by dropping my arrow 7 times. Let's murder a doe just to seal the deal.
Never fell, to be technical, okay? Which I wish it would have at that point, because I would just grab another arrow.
Grabbed
and probably
another
shot
arrow.
him.
Yeah.
All right, this when I jump in and tell my story. And then
Yeah, because that
tell
was
your
a
story.
Sunday, and I wasn't going to hunt anymore, but Joe's like, well, I'm going to take Monday and Tuesday off
Well,
to hunt.
I was going to start at the beginning of my season, and we'll get back to where we were.
We can
It's like
come back to
it's
it.
like a movie that keeps flashing back.
Yeah,
You're
it's like a Quentin
why you keep
Tarantino movie."
flashing back? Just tell me the story. We're gonna do that.
It's how my mind works, dude. Like, because as you start telling the story, you remember other parts
Oh, yeah.
of your season.
No,
Like,
I'm saying like I'm now jumping
Yeah.
backwards.
Now we have to go back to Joe's life story.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Let's start back at the beginning. I know you were really
I was
invested
born
at this
5
point.
pounds 11 ounces.
So yeah, this season, Charles and I did our normal thing. We went and fed deer handful of times.
feed your local deer herd.
And had the cameras out and everything. Did a ton of work. I mean, I know you posted that picture a couple of times of me sweating. That was a rough day. It's all the first time out's always pretty rough. You know, you got to clean up the trails and everything, especially for walking during archery season or riding the bikes in or whatever. And we put all this work into this property, and this one deer comes up, the only deer really, and I think it was it May?
Middle of May.
May-
Early
March.
May. It was May.
May, yeah. So May, this deer came up, and it was looking bigger than the close to 140 I was chasing the year before. Like the progression of both of them, he was bigger than the almost 140, I'd say, I was chasing the year prior.
Which I think we talked about this in the last episode, right? I'm pretty
Did
sure.
we?
I'm pretty
We
sure
might have.
We talked about this buck. Yeah.
So he was just not way bigger, but definitely bigger, like noticeably bigger. I'm like, this is going to be like a 140, 150. This is going to be a giant. Like, we're talking back and forth about him. Like, man, like, he's just so...
he's advanced. Like,
Yeah.
and I was telling Joe, I'm like, Joe, look at these other pictures.
He's
dude.
at a certain point that we've never really seen a deer at this point be like that. Like, it was weird. It was like his brow tines grew first.
Yeah.
and then never grew
They just stopped,
anymore.
yeah.
You know, like
It
we're
was-
like, oh my God, he's going to have massive brows because his brows grew up so quick in the very beginning. And then they just
That was
stopped.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's all I need.
So eventually this deer just disappears and then it comes back and there's this big 7-point. We're like, is that him? Like, it has to be him. And I'm starting to look at the pictures between the two and it's definitely him. And that's about it. Like, everything else on that property was like one decent side and then one really jacked up side. So we really didn't have much other than that 7-point. And I'm just like, I know he's a big 7-point, but he's a 7-point. You know, like, is he really worth chasing? He's my number one, but I don't really have a choice here.
Yeah.
So I never even hunted that property. I just ended up going, screw the 10 plus cameras we have out, screw all the hard work and effort we put in, you know, cleaning
Just
out these
this year ain't
trails,
the year,
setting up
you know?
all the food and everything else. Like, if there's nothing there worth chasing, I'm not just going to hunt the property. There's plenty of properties I haven't hunted in years because they don't have good bucks in them. And, you know,
this spot
I'm just
historically
not-
has.
I'm just not there.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
and-
worth
and
it's
that's a
worth noting
crazy
though
thing.
too. Browser's number one on that property. There is no number two.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Exactly.
there is no number two.
And you guys usually have like
There wasn't.
a hit
Three or
list of like,
four.
yeah, I was going to say like 6 of them at a time.
Easy 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The messed
like,
up part was last year we had a hit list of like 4 or
It was
5
deep,
on
yeah.
that
There's a ton of
property, and some of them were like questionable numbers, but I think Charles shot like number
Number
3 or something,
Yeah.
and the other 2 were really nice. I ended up shooting number 2 twice. Still
Pinpoint.
lived
we
on.
don't have to relive that, man.
Yeah,
All right, don't beat yourself up, dude.
I
Listen.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's not. All right, fast forward.
So either way, we're thinking, okay, this year's going to be like, I was really excited about this year is the bad part because I'm thinking last year we had all these returning guests, you know, at least 3 or 4, at least 3, maybe
Yeah.
4, because we had,
Junior, Snow Crab.
Snow crab.
Wasn't that his name? Yeah, Snow Crab.
is he a returning guest?
Yeah. He was
Uh,
a stud last year, but like, you know, an up and comer.
possibly Pincushion.
Pincushion.
Possibly was a returning guest. Then we had Swoosh.
Mm-hmm.
He
He
just
never showed up.
disappeared this year. He was a returning guest for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you guys
I mean,
think
I
that
and then
The three-letter?
Forky. Remember Forky
I
came
don't
up
think-
and he had that split
Yeah. I
the
think
split
this year Gumby, I guess, could have been a number
or
2.
the kicks off of the Gumby was
Gumby.
cool. He came up and like we see a picture of him from the front. I'm like, man, that's a good buck. That's gonna be a really good buck. He turned sideways and his rack just disappeared. I'm like, what? Dude,
Such a weird deer.
he came up
Big.
and he had like big G2s.
Giant.
And-
tattoos.
His frame just came up around and just sucked in. Like he was like
Yeah.
sucking in his gut, but he
Yeah.
was sucking in his
And
frame.
his 3s were like an inch,
Yeah.
but his 2s are like insane.
Yeah, like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Gumby was pretty
Gumby
cool
was
until he
number
turned
2.
sideways. They were like, dude, where'd your frame go,
Like
bro?
what a weirdo. And then there was Triceratops. We were trying not to shoot.
Oh, Triceratops. We had the other one. I don't even know
Couple
if we named him. I
goofy
thought it was the
bucks.
one I shot because he had the one goofy side, and I noticed 90% of the property had a goofy side.
Yeah.
We had one, it was like a fork, and its antlers were going 45 degrees downwards,
Oh yeah.
you know, down past his ears.
Yeah.
like
And I'm like,
Yeah, like a goat.
yeah, I'm like, if this deer doesn't kill itself with its antlers, he'll be really cool in 2 years. You
Maybe,
know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. Or he'll be the same buck.
He
year
might
after
kill
year.
himself with his antlers.
get them
Because
hooked
if
on
they
a
start-
fence or something.
they're gonna-
I'm
No, they're
saying
gonna
if they
grow
start
into his
growing
jugular.
in, they're going to grow
Oh.
into his throat.
Oh man,
They're growing down like this.
I don't
His
know. It'd be
pedicles are
weird.
literally like turned almost upside down
Well,
on
you
his
get, like,
head somehow.
run head first into a car or like
Dude, I don't know.
split his skull open and
Yeah,
his antlers are just growing down.
Or they just started dumping chemicals on that property. And
it's not
Weird.
that far from that
No.
that place.
We'll get there too.
yeah, so either way,
Part 2.
I'm just like, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I know there's historically good bucks on this other property. We have no cameras on the property yet, but I don't really care. I'm just going to go hunt over there because it's not worth hunting this other property. And then I had some hopes for up camp, but you know how that goes. It's tough hunting those deer up there if you don't spend enough time up there. And so first day comes around, we went up camp, me and Charles. Like I finally, I think I found my killer instinct again this year. I think it came back to me a little bit. Like first day, I was just like, I want to do the craziest thing possible, and I want to kill a deer. So we went way back, like a mile or so, and I ended up shooting a doe. I think I might have had deflection because there was really no reason for the arrow to go where it went. She was like super close, like 17 yards. And it was just a crappy shot, but we ended up recovering the deer, packed it out. And, but I still had that confidence, you know, kind of drawn away from me because it was a bad shot. And I'm like, is it me? I already had like the stuff from last year going on in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to make this right. So, but I felt good about this year. Like even like that happened, but I felt super good about this year. Like my killer instinct was back. Like I was just, I don't know if my daughter stole my killer instinct and then my son gave it back to me when he was born. But like he would look at me, I'm like, dude, I know you want me to kill a deer. Like I know you got me. So going into it, we really didn't have a number one. I'm just searching, you know, I'm just trying to be a hunter at this point.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the maps a lot. I'm looking at where I could be, what could possibly be good at this time of year, blah, blah, blah. And got into like an area. I don't even think I hunted it last year, but I've been hunting the past couple years. Sneaky little area, and it's really nice. And every time I got in there, I was just covered in deer. Like I found this tree a little bit different than what I've hunted it in the past. And I was literally right on just like this highway of deer. So I passed a couple does there because I don't know. It's not a far drag, but it's like one of those spots like, do I really want to kill a deer back here by myself and blah, blah, blah.
I know that feeling.
So I ended up hunting another area I haven't hunted in years because I haven't really hunted off the ground probably in 2 years now. So I went into this one spot and put the ghillie suit on. It's actually a deer bed, but it was a pretty cool hunt. So
You know what we're talking about. We found that bed
yeah. So I had a doe sneak me.
I know what you're talking
on
about.
the oxbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a doe sneak me off on my right, and she kind of like disappeared for a while and then popped up like 100 and some yards away. So other than that, I ended up having another doe coming towards me, and she was super, super vocal. Like, bam, 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 bam. Like she was looking for her baby. Maybe she was looking in that bed that I was in for her baby
Yeah.
because
Surprise, bitch.
about a week and a half or so later, I was hunting a different spot somewhere near there, and a doe come popping out of where I was sitting. Like she was bedded in there.
It's such a weird
So,
little bedding spot.
It
I'm
is a weird
wondering,
spot.
yeah, the first
Like
time
in a bush.
I hunted it, I actually kicked a deer out of there and almost shot it. But so I sitting there, and this doe's coming towards me, super vocal, and I'm hitting her. And the problem with that spot, it's like super open in front of me, so there's nothing. And then when you're on the ground, you can't really hit certain spots with your rangefinder, you know, because everything's like flat.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
when you're in like that swamp grass, you can't really hit like, oh, this swamp grass is 25 yards. You have no clue what's what, because everything's so flat in front of you. So she's coming in, I'm hitting her with the rangefinder, and she's a lot closer than I thought. And finally, she got inside that 25. I'm like, okay, this doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to aim at the heart. And at that point, I kind of missed my opportunity to pull back, and she went behind like this little patch of trees. And then when she popped out the other side, I ended up drawing back. She was about to pop out in my opening. Well, now she's at 14 yards, and she stopped, and she's just doing the sniffing. head bobbing, starting to kind of figure me out because now she's like kind of downwind. And I'm at full draw. I'm looking at her. She's kind of looking my way, doing the head bobbing. And I'm like, there's really nothing between us but like a couple little like thistles of swamp grass. Like my arrow shouldn't have a problem going through that without, deflecting or anything. So I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna shoot, So I shot, perfect shot. Freaking smoked her, dude. She run to about, I think she maybe made it 60 yards dead. But it was a super cool hunt. Like I had this mink come up behind me.
Yeah.
Because I'm right next to the creek. So this mink comes up behind me, and I thought it was a rabbit coming through. All of a sudden, this mink's 3 feet behind me, scares the living shit out of me, stops. It just runs through and stops, and it's sniffing around. I'm like, should I be scared right now? Like, these weasels freak me out. And then it, like, disappears. And a little bit later, here it comes again. It comes running through again, busts through, and it's 3 feet behind me again, starts sniffing around. I'm like, dude, I'm going to have to shoot this thing. It's
Get
terrifying.
away from me.
Yeah, like that and Fisher cats, they freak me out, man. But so that happened, which is super cool. And then like I heard this flap these wings at one point. And I don't even know if I looked up until I heard it again. I look up and there was literally a bald eagle. Like, flew like probably 25 feet above me up in this tree. It wasn't too far. It landed up above me. So it was really cool
angry?
hunt.
I've been down there many times where they were pretty angry.
No, it wasn't
usually.
mad. So
Probably because I couldn't see you running ghillie.
Yeah.
Usually when you're hunting trees, like they're pissed at you.
Yeah.
yeah, I was on the ground. But yeah, so and then Charles ended up seeing Kenny, and that, like, being in a season, I was like, I don't know. It's hard to stay motivated when you don't have anything to be motivated for. Like, I love hunting, I love being out there and everything, but it's really nice to have something.
You want to be in a
to
spot
kind
that
of-
you know you're going to have an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And then like when you have a place that's been great for 20 years and then all of a sudden it just stops producing good bucks, that really kind of makes you wonder, what am I even hunting? Not what am I hunting for, but like, is there a buck here?
Yeah.
There was not a buck there. Is there something here?
Something to
Where's-
target.
Yeah.
Is it worth
targeting.
hunting there, basically?
Yeah.
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 Because if you're not going to shoot if you're hunting for bucks and you're not going to shoot a buck there, because we don't really shoot does there either. You're not going to shoot a buck there. It's like, do I really want to put the time and effort into this
Yeah.
spot
When I could be hunting somewhere
when
else.
I could be after an
I have other doe
unknown?
spots I haven't hunted in years
Yeah.
because there's just I don't have a ton of time to hunt, and I don't wait till the rut to start hunting for bucks.
That's the way
I like hunting them all year long.
Especially
You know,
early.
Good bucks can daylight early in the year. I
Absolutely.
mean, I don't understand why people don't get that. I killed the biggest buck of my life first Friday of the season.
Mhm.
It's not
Should've shot
uncommon
bucks
for these deer
October 17th, last 2 years in a row.
yeah.
in pictures, we've had deer feeding daylight
Mhm.
good bucks.
First week of the season.
First week of the season.
95 degrees out.
Yeah.
I don't
Camera's
wanna, I
not
don't wanna, I don't
turned
wanna
I
on.
just don't get, like, people talk about weather, they talk about time of the year. and It's
talk
like,
about it.
oh, why'd you kill a deer? Why'd you kill a doe this time? Because,
Because the doe was in front of me.
yeah.
There were
I
a couple
like killing
times this
deer.
year I
I
didn't kill a
love
doe
hunting,
Yeah.
because it was
but,
hot.
like, I like to target big bucks.
Yeah.
I think
And I cannot
mostly
lie.
everybody does.
Yeah.
You know,
But
the guy
Kenny-
that kills a small buck every year and then kills a big buck and talks about it, like crazy and says, oh, I don't care about the antler size. I think you do.
Yeah.
I think you just
never kill the big ones. So when you kill a bunch of small deer, your excuse always is, oh, you can't eat the horns, or I'm a meat hunter. But then you kill a big buck and
You
it's like,
talk a lot about it.
Look how great I am.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the
Oh,
greatest
yeah.
hunter ever now because I finally killed a big one.
Yeah, that's not
Wait a
good each
second,
other. Everybody wants
dude.
to kill a big buck.
Everybody wants to kill a big buck.
Everybody wants to kill a big buck.
So he ends up seeing Kenny. So now we're kind of like targeting this deer. And a little bit later on, I ended up hunting near the area where he saw Kenny, but I was just kind of figuring it out. I'm like, okay, well, I like to be down in this area so on and so forth. And I ended up hunting this really nice tree. I hit both sides of this creek, and I figured this is giving me the best opportunity. Like, I'm always trying to give myself, no matter what time of year, I'm always trying to give myself the best opportunity at killing a nice buck.
Definitely.
So I set up here, and first thing in the morning, little buck comes through, and then this doe comes through, and I don't want to say I didn't want to kill a doe, but she came out in that opening, and I'm like, man, I really want to kill something. So she comes out at like 16 yards, man. I smoke her. And then she only made it maybe 50, 60 yards again. And so Halloween and like that time frame, I ended up hunting that same general area. And
mind you, Kenny showed up October 23rd.
Yeah,
in
he
the
was
morning,
showing up. So
like 4 a.m. or something ridiculous. And then October 28th, 5 days later, he showed back up in the morning. It was a Tuesday morning.
And that's the thing. We only have one camera on this entire property.
Yeah.
So, like, we can only see him right here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what else he's doing. So, we had to, like, kind of figure out in our heads, okay, well, he's here at this time.
Right. Where did he go?
This day.
Did he hit the creek
Where is he
and go
really-
left? Did he go across the creek?
Yeah.
Did
Where
he
is he when
right?
he's not hitting this camera? Where is he when he's, in this general area, but he might be 5 feet behind this camera?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But he hit that second time right at daylight.
Yeah.
If I was in there that morning, I could have shot him.
Yeah.
Like barely
So I ended up
daylight. But
trying to hit this one spot where I'm like, okay, this is a spot, because I've been really getting into the maps lately, like looking at the land and everything, and I feel like it's been helping me a lot. Like,
It should.
I've been helping my friends out a lot. Like, my buddy, he still sends me pictures of like his properties. Like, hey, I just got permission to this 100 acres. Where do you think I should hunt? And I start looking at it. I'm like, you should hunt right here. Well, why do you think that? I'm like, well, you got a clear cut here. You got a clear cut here. You got woods over here with some, onyxes or oaks back here. It's the back of these people's yards. They're either bedding back there or going back there to eat, or they're coming up to the fields to eat. Either way, they're going to be using right here instead of walking through a bunch of clear cut trees. Right here is a little patch where they're probably going to funnel through this wood line. So later on in the year, again, he ends up listening to me and gets a really nice picture of a buck, and ends up shooting that buck and not recovering it later on in the year. And I was like, where were you? And he sends me the exact pin that I sent him. I'm like, man, I should be like a map guide or something. So I'm looking at the maps, and I end up setting myself up in a really good spot to where I'm thinking, okay, they're going to come down this finger, which they don't really care. They could use a field, or they could use like a finger that would attach them to another set of woods if they really want to stay like hidden. But I'm thinking, okay, he might use this finger to kind of go from wood line to wood line instead of coming out into the open field and exposing himself. So I set up there, and I had that one of the smaller bucks Charles was talking about. I forget what we named him. Nicholas Cage. Yeah.
Nicholas Cage.
So he ends up coming straight across the field, completely ruined my entire logic. Like, dude, he comes blared across like the middle of the field. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he doing that?
That's the one I passed
and
on.
then I
earlier.
figured out there's like a main trail right there and down the middle of the field from another wood line.
They do. They
I'm
just
like,
cut straight. They cut straight across.
Yeah,
that
like
field.
it really is
They don't
surprising.
care.
Like
yeah,
in daylight for a buck, like not saying he's mature enough to really know what's right for him.
Mhm.
They're doing
But
that
he
'cause
just
nobody's
walks
messing with them.
down the middle of the freaking.
But in all reality,
field.
in that spot, I shot my first buck ever. Did the same thing. Came straight across that field, right in front of me. I shot the biggest buck of my life. Came out of the field into that pasture. Like they just go through. I've seen one of the biggest bucks I've ever seen and come out of that field.
Apparently,
I've seen a big
They
buck
don't
out in
care.
that field too.
Yeah, that's what they do. I've
Yeah.
I've grunted them in through
Yeah.
that field,
Yeah.
wide open.
That's true.
No decoys. Here they come. So like, yeah, it's crazy how they use it out there. But I think that night though, you kind of had that intel on Nick Cage, but still Kenny was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny was MIA, and I'm thinking this is the best case. Like, I'm thinking, okay, well, you're seeing him over here, blah, blah, blah. he could possibly be over here bedding. And I've seen good bucks come out of that little bedding area. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe he's coming out of there and going the opposite way.
In my mind, he was on the neighbors.
Yeah, which is what I'm...
In my mind.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
You know, I kept telling you, I think he's
way over.
I think he's
Way over.
he's on the neighbor's side.
So he comes straight across the field. He goes down in the general area of Charles's camera. And then, like last light, I end up seeing this deer come bolting out of that same general area across the field, and then another buck up behind him. But this time it was getting so dark, it was pretty much time to get down. But another, I'm guessing, the second one was a buck. I'm guessing the first one was a buck, looking at how the buck closest to me was acting. He was acting like super territorial, like, get the hell out of here, don't come back.
Mhm.
Like, he kind of charged the other deer out of this area. It wasn't a chase like a doe's in heat. It was like a get the hell out of here. You know, I'm the king of this area.
Yeah.
And it was like standing its spot. And it wasn't too far from me. But at this point, I was already like getting my stuff together to get down. So it was too late to shoot a deer, obviously. And never really get a good look at him. It was too dark. So I'm like, okay. And next morning, I ended up hunting a little bit closer on. Saw some doe, whatever. So after that, Charles had his incident. Well, one of those days, actually, I talked to Charles that morning. The next morning, I was like, okay, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to put a decoy up. I'll catch these deer coming out. And if he tries that shit again, there'll be an arrow
Yeah.
defending my decoy. Not this little buck that you just ran off. So I'm thinking it's him. I'm thinking that's Kenny, which it probably wasn't. It could have even been Nicolas Cage chasing off a spike. Who knows? So I'm thinking, okay, I'll get in there. I'll put a decoy up. You come in. You be territorial towards my decoy. I'll shoot you. So I went in the next morning, but I talked to Charles about getting back. Getting back with the kayaks. He's like, no, it's probably too wet. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just hunt the field then. So I go hunt the field. Really nothing. A couple does breeze through. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I couldn't hunt. Sunday's when Charles had that opportunity with that buck. Right exactly where I told him I wanted to go on Saturday. So I'm like, dude, what the hell? So
You weren't going to hunt my tree.
I know that. I'm just saying in that general area.
Yeah, well, the only reason I went back there is because we hadn't had any eyes on it, and I was like, we got to get eyes on this place. Like,
We could have had eyes on Saturday. Okay.
maybe he didn't go through there on
You didn't wanna
Saturday.
be my
He was
friend.
just being trail camp Charles. It's okay.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't want to kayak by myself, 30-degree weather,
Yeah, neither did
And
I. That's
die.
why I walked in and I mapped out the way to walk in for you.
So either way,
Okay. So you
He
have
has
a
this-
clean access point.
he has all this happen on Sunday. So I'm like, okay, well, how much did you booger up that deer? Are you going to go in? Because if not, I'm just going to call off Monday and Tuesday. And even though the does aren't on, the bucks are cruising. So I'll get in there.
No, it was beginning of the month, so there's no way I was hunting during the week.
So
I was like, I'm too busy at work. You can do it. And Sunday night, I wanted to go in to the spot. I wanted to come in around the other side because the wind had shifted after I shot that doe, but I didn't have enough time. I wanted to come in from the other way and hunt this little opening that we now call the intersection. And that's where I had that buck encounter years ago that he ended up shooting later in the year when the neighbor like bumped him and he ran right under me and I didn't have my bow. Bow was on the ground. So anyways, that's Sunday night. And then Monday he was like, I'm going to go back in there, try to kill your deer. Like, all right, dude. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
this is a team effort. And Charles has been more successful on this team with the team effort part of things. Okay.
I'm more of a teammate is what you're saying.
So
I'm a teamer. But
I get back
I
there-
say that jokingly. I just want to make sure people know, like, because everyone was like, oh, he killed you. And I'm like, that's not how that works.
yeah.
No.
There's times, there's multiple times where Charles killed my deer. I've killed his the same year.
Because they ain't your deer till you put an arrow in them.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I get back there and now I'm looking at the maps a lot. I'm like, okay, well, maybe he did booger up his deer. Who's to say? So I'm going to set myself up in a situation where my wind's good, and either that deer's doing the same thing it did with him, but it just keeps coming down that line of thicket, or it's boogered up enough to where it stays in that thicket and then pops out a little bit later to where it wasn't ever boogered up.
I wanted him to go more towards those oaks like I told you about. That was farther back that I was initially going to set up that morning. That's where I wanted him to go, where the deer had circled and went back into the thicket. Mm-hmm. Because if he was going to come back out there at all, I felt like that was the spot he would feel safe enough.
Yeah.
Based on our little encounter. I don't think he would come back through where I was at. If anything, he would have been.
No, just saying like he'd follow that thicket line down a little bit further, stayed in the thicket, never popped out until a little bit later on where he was past that danger zone, the arrow guy. So I get a little further down in like an area where I'm familiar with, that I shot my 2021 buck. And I set up in that general area a little bit past there and set up my decoy and everything. So I'm pretty into the decoys at this point. I'm like, I had never had one work for me, but these deer being territorial, like any one of them could be this way, and
decoys work out on that property.
Decoys can work out. So I set up decoy. All I saw all morning, and I hunted like morning into like, I think I got down like 1 o'clock or something. So I hunted pretty late into the morning, and all I saw was a 3-point, and then I had some turkeys and I ended up passing. And so the next day I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't get paid when I don't go to work. I don't get vacation days. I get a vacation fund. Is it worth losing $300 again to see another 3-point?
Yeah.
Like, am I crazy? So now I'm like, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I am crazy, but I'm going to take another day and I'm going to reevaluate the situation. And I'm going to stop thinking about my wind exactly. I'm going to start thinking about his wind.
Yep.
Why is he going to be in this spot for this wind? Not that my wind's good for this spot because it's blowing this way and the most likely deer is going to come from this way. No, why is he going to be anywhere during this wind? So I believe it was a west wind. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up on the other side of this thicket. And hopefully he's working the downwind side of this thicket and pokes out the end of the thicket, ends up right to me. So that morning I get down, I swoop around the thicket just to kind of eyeball some trees, and Charles was sending me some pins to look at. And I bump around, and I had a camera in my pocket I wanted to throw up just to see when the area really turned on. So I go around, and all of a sudden I just end up in it was like deer heaven, dude. I'm telling you. Like,
it was so beautiful there.
Thicket. It was like multiple thickets all kind of intertwined into like this little opening in the middle. And it was literally like a thicket intersection where there's this little opening in the middle, and all these thickets all come together. All these crazy big rub lines start bursting into like this star pattern of an intersection. I'm like, dude, like, who in their right mind wouldn't hunt this spot when they see it? It was like a God-given gift. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to set up a camera here, even though a spot like that, it's hard to set up a camera because where I have my camera now, I'm set up in this wide open section of all these trails intersecting. But there's also trails behind it that are cruising along the side of one of the multiple thicket entrances. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just put it here. So I didn't set it up that day. I set it up the next day. But either way, I ended up getting out of there. I came in the next morning. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. If I'm going to make this day worth it, calling off, I'm doing an all-day sit. So I came in the next day. I got, beef sticks. I got enough coffee to blow my heart up. I got all the snacks and treats to make me a day,
You know what he doesn't have, Austin?
Nutty Buddies.
I didn't have any.
What's wrong with you?
I was thinking Gator Bowls.
Oh, dude, Gator Bowls are good, bro.
He's lost his way, dude.
Don't know what that is.
What?
Oh, Gator
Gatorade
Red
and Red Bull.
Yeah,
That's my trick,
I
man.
know,
What are you
No,
talking about?
man, you gotta have a Gator Bowl. What's
Dude,
wrong
I haven't
with
done
you?
a Gator Bowl in a while. They used to be my good luck.
Lost your way, dude.
The Gator Bowl and 2 Slim
Dude,
Jims. Maybe
Slim
that's
Jim.
where I kind of lost my way a little
Yeah,
bit. Maybe
they're
that's
so
why
good.
I lost my killer instinct. I haven't had a Gator Bowl.
No
in a-
Gator Bowl, dude.
I drink them at work sometimes.
I didn't
dude.
know you named it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you got Austin hooked on it either. Did you
you
tell him how to
did.
make it?
No, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Really?
It didn't
Dude,
come
You
from
drink
me.
it down to the first little.
Yeah, dude.
thing and-
You don't think we've ever podcast and talked about a Gator Bowl over the years?
Man,
Come on, dude.
I started a thing.
There was a recipe back in the day.
Bro,
Wasn't
I
it
even,
yellow
I
or
even said something
orange?
to him at one
Red
point
is
this,
bad
this
luck.
year.
Yeah,
Red
it
is
was like
bad
yellow
luck.
or orange was
It was,
the good
sorry.
color. Yeah,
It was orange. Yeah,
Orange.
orange or anything but red. Red was bad luck.
red does not mean killer. Blood.
The first, yeah. To give a
Anyways.
context on this, the first wall hanger I killed, I stopped at the gas station before, and I saw the Beagle's brother. I didn't tell you that. Josh's brother.
Yeah.
The original
the
Beagle.
the OG Beagle.
Yeah, they're like the Irish Beagle, so they're good luck. I saw him, and then I got 2 mild Slim Jims and a Gatorade and a Red Bull. I got something. I think I got like cinnamon roll or something stupid, but either way, my good luck formula used to be 2 Slim Jims
A Gator
and
Bowl.
a Gator Bowl.
Yeah.
And red was bad luck. Like that was like known. Like Charles tried doing it with the red, and he missed a little buck out in Ohio.
I missed a little buck in Ohio.
Yeah, it was like one of the first years we hunted Ohio. You missed that little buck. You had the red, and then Russ had the red. I think one time, and he ended up
Oh,
messing up on a deer or something. I'm like, man, red
yeah,
is
red's
no go.
good. Don't do red.
Red's no go.
That was a long time
So-
ago. My God. Anyways.
Yeah, it was like-
anyways.
So
All right, get back to Tuesday.
So Tuesday, I get in there, and Monday, the only tree I really found where I could actually shoot around me, it was like wide open. There was a tree I could have climbed, but there was another tree next to it with like a ton of branches where it was really going to cut you off from shooting really anywhere. So I'm like, okay, I need to climb this tree. Like the only really option I have for shooting out of this thicket that's going to come, the deer's going to come out of most likely. I know I'm going to be wide open, but there is another like big branch coming out up top to where maybe I could, that would help me out a little bit or fade me in, make me look like a branch, whatever. First thing in the morning, it was like a super, super cool morning. And one of those mornings you're like, this is why I hunt. The turkeys were going nuts. There was like 10 turkeys. You know how like they all start going and like kind of like coyotes, they start working off of each other.
yeah.
They start getting like really crazy. That's what these turkeys were doing. I don't know if I ever heard them do that before, where they're just like, and like they're making all these crazy noises you don't know turkeys made.
They make a lot of noises.
And at that time, this little fork the 3-point
The
that
three,
Charles
yeah.
saw, he comes in and he starts making a rub, and like it was like he was like flossing that little fork. He was so proud of it.
Hell
He just
yeah,
flossing
dude.
it on a tree.
Such a horny little bastard.
You sent
dude.
me a Snapchat of that. Dude.
Yeah. So he's flossing this little fork on a tree. I'm like, dude, you are pathetic.
Just sharpening it, man.
And it was funny because that was a rub line I was hunting. Thinking like, oh, look at this. Look at this ginormous rub line coming out of this freaking thicket, exactly where I think these deer are going to come
And the
out.
3-point
of it.
that just spent the
comes out
last
and
2
starts,
days.
Old goober,
He
dude.
just spent the last 2 days on my doe carcass.
just
getting it.
yeah, we know what he was doing.
Yeah, the little necro.
Yeah, he had blood on his nose.
Uh-huh.
So he ends up like right away, like picking me off. But he did this thing where picked me off right off the bat. And then all of a sudden we became best friends. Like I wasn't a danger anymore. And I don't know if it's something with the saddles, dude. It seems like this happens a lot. Like I'll get picked off by deer. As long as you don't move, as long as they don't catch your scent, they just become cool with you. I've had the same thing happen with a climber, and they're just like, dude, screw you, I'm out of here, you know? But he does that, and then I end up seeing like a smaller buck, like a fork, cruise across. Now it's about noon or so. I'm like, all right, I got to go potty. So I got down, went to the bathroom. That's when I set up my camera. And then I jumped back up. Well, I was wearing my coat during all this ordeal. And I'm like, I'm not climbing back up this tree with this coat on. So I set it down on the ground, tied my rope off to it, climbed back up. And then, like, it was about 1 o'clock or so. Here comes this little basket 8. And he never picked me off, but he got right underneath my tree. And it's like he smelled exactly where I laid that jacket down to pull it up my tree. And he starts looking around. It was hilarious. He's looking left, looking right. And he never looked up. I'm right above him. So he ends up coming out a little bit, and then he ended up picking me off a little bit. So I'm getting picked off all day, dude. It's not a good scene.
You skylined on it, maybe?
Dude, I'm telling you, there's no other branches. There's nothing on this tree.
It's wide open.
Here's the little Joe branch.
But I'm telling you, like, I had to climb this tree. There's really no other option. For where I wanted to shoot, there was no other option on trees. And I set myself up for that, but I figured I'd work it out. Which at this point I have been. Like, I could have shot all those deer. And eventually all of them end up being cool with me. So it ended up being like the last hour of the hunt. And I'm rationing water and Slim Jims at this point. And I don't know if I was looking at my phone or what, but all of a sudden I look up and there's just deer everywhere. Like, it was like I had my eyes closed or something. There's 2 doe in front of me. There's a little fork, which he plays a big part in this story. He was the hero.
He was the hero.
MVP.
Dude, MVP. This fork's over to my left, which is slightly downwind. And he's chasing around this doe. There's another doe to the left of me, way down, like 100 and some yards away. I'm like, holy shit, like, where all these deer come from? So then these 2 little does are coming right at me. This doe, she picked me off from the beginning. And she picked me off worse than the other 2 bucks. I'm like, man, after all this, like, you're going to ruin my hunt? Really? She's doing that, like, high leg thing, and then she's lowering her leg real slow. The high leg thing, lower her leg real slow. She wants to stomp it, but she's not sure enough.
She's like, I'm going to stomp it.
She's like, I don't want to feel like an idiot again. Last time I did this, everybody made fun of me.
I'm going to stomp at your ass.
End up being a bucket. So she keeps doing it. I'm like, dude, don't fucking do it. I do have a doe tag. Don't fucking do it. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this fork comes running out of the corner of my eye.
MVP.
He just leaves this doe and just bursts these does right off of me. I'm like, thank you, God, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what a savior. Best thing that could have happened. So then he, like, loses them. He's over here, like, sniffing around, being a fucking idiot. And then these does, they start flirting back in on me. And I'm like, man, like, don't do it again. But they're not really interested in me anymore. But they're starting to come back in. And I'm like, oh. All of a sudden, this fork comes back through, swoops him off me again, completely kicks him off me, and then he just goes off into the, he just goes off into the freaking horizon and just disappears. I'm like, man, good for you.
Yeah.
So then the doe he was originally chasing, she's coming up behind me. And I'm kind of trying to look at her. I'm trying not to move too much, but I could tell just by the way she's walking, she's starting to figure me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh God, like, why'd I pick this tree? So I'm sitting as still as possible, dude. Like, it gets to a point where, like, I feel like my kneecap, like, all the tendons in my knee are just exploding. And I'm like, this hurts so bad. I'm starting to slowly shift my weight to the left to get it off of that one leg. I'm like, I know she's got me made. You know, I can't see her. I don't want to turn around, but I know the way she's, like, walking, she's got me made. And honestly, she could have just been feeding. But so eventually she ends up being cool with me. She walks off into wherever. And then that doe's still off to my left. I'm kind of keeping an eye on her. And then another deer comes from, like, that general area where he was chasing that original doe. And she starts coming up behind me. I'm like, she's going to do the same shit. So she's walking real slow behind me. And I haven't really looked at her too much, but she's close. Damn. So I got my hands in front of me. I look at my watch. And I got 6 minutes left of legal shooting. I'm like, you know what? I've been cautious this whole time. Haven't had deer snort at me. I don't care if this deer blows and runs off and ruins my hunt. I got 6 minutes left. There's not much time left to ruin. I came here for a big buck. I hunted here all frickin' day. I'm hitting my grunt call. I don't care. So I did a grunt sequence. And within a minute, here comes a deer. Comes trotting in. I'm like, oh shit. Great. So I turn to my right and I pull up my binocs. And it's at 4-point. The hero. MVP comes trotting in. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, he must have this humongous circle just to get where he was. He comes trotting in all proud. Like, I knew there was something over here. I'm like, you fuck. Oh, so I'm like, that's my hunt, in a nutshell. And all of a sudden I hear tromping, dude. Mad tromping. Like, I'm like, this deer pissed off at something. You could tell when a deer's pissed off when it's coming through the woods. It just, and I'm like, that's him. I never even saw the deer, but I'm like, that's the deer Charles had the encounter with. That's him, 100%. Just the way I hear it. It's coming after that frickin' 4-point, and he's pissed off. So I'm like, all right, I'm on my weak side right now. And this 4-point, he came in from my right, my weak side. He came directly behind me, a trail that I really was not hoping to shoot towards, along the side of all these slashes on the opposite slashes that I was not hunting. So I'm like, okay, it's, at this point I probably had, 4 or 5 minutes left of my hunt. I got to identify this deer. It's at that point of darkness where I have to identify this deer, and then I got to swing my body around, and I got to shoot the other way because I'm not swinging my body around weak side and shooting behind me. So I pull my binocs up. I'm like, okay, I just need to see where the hell this deer is because there's thicket everywhere. And then there's just this little opening that I'm in. So all of a sudden I see this deer, this frame, and it's coming across and it crosses this creek and it's pissed off, dude. And he's just coming, he's blaring in. And I'm like, I see this big frame. And then I saw like his G3, which made me question if it was him or not. But I saw the frame. I'm like, that has to be the deer that Charles was talking about. Has to be. Like, I'm not passing up a deer with that frame. So I'm like, okay, it's him. I already said it in my mind, it's him. Now I got to flip around. So I turn my body around, and it kind of sucks doing that because I can't see him. I can't look that far to my left to see him once I kind of turned over. I turned over so hard, dude, that the knot on my bridge flipped over my carabiner.
Oh, geez.
Now I'm like stuck on my hip. It's so far over. It's like on my hip.
Your bridge loop.
My bridge loop. Didn't know the term.
You were hard turned.
Dude, hard turn.
Yeah.
So the tree I was in was like away from me. It was like leaning away from me. So all day it was like kind of like trying to push my body weight in front of me all day. And I was like kind of fighting that a little bit. And when the tree's a little bit further away from you, you got to let out a little bit more slack because, that's where you want to sit. You're not going to stand up the whole hunt. So there's more like chances of kind of losing your balance when you have more slack out on your rope, right? So I'm turned over real hard, and I'm not exactly sure what I was trying to do. If I was trying to turn over even harder because I was turned over so hard, but I wanted to get the first possible shot opportunity that I had. And he was so far to my left that I couldn't even turn that far. So I draw back, and he's coming. I'm trying to like get over to where I could like get a shot on him even further to the left than I'm already able to shoot. And all of a sudden I'm falling. Like I just completely lose my balance. And I fall off my platform. And my back and ass kind of hit off my tree uncontrollably, and I draw down to like half draw, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
Are you hanging like a Christmas tree ornament right now?
Dude, I'm hanging off my tree, like I'm just in my saddle, just hanging there at half draw. And I'm like, should I redraw? Should I let down? Like, what the hell is going on? This deer's coming through. And I think I ended up letting down, and I started questioning in my head if I could shoot a deer sitting in a saddle without being on a platform. So I'm like, what do I do? And I'm starting to think like Charles already screwed up on this buck. Like, we're not naming this thing Lucky. Like, I got to do something right now. Like, that's one of the killer instinct just kicked in. Like, I got to kill this deer right now. Like I said, I'm going to kill this deer. I'm going to kill this deer. Like, you got to take this shot. So I ended up like, out of nowhere, I hook my platform on like my heel, and I end up pulling myself back up somehow without my arms at all. And I get back on my platform. I pull back again. Well, at this time, like, he was so focused on that deer, and he's going through all these crunchy leaves. He had no clue.
He didn't even see a gorilla swinging in the tree.
Dude,
Every other deer picked him off, but
dude, he might have like somehow like recognized me a little bit because it seemed like he was slowing down a little bit. And I'm at full draw again. Now I'm like, where are my openings? Like, everything's just like a blur. You know, where are my openings? Where can I shoot this deer? Everything's happening so quick to where I'm like, I just need to get this deer to stop, and then I can figure out the rest from there. So I meep him, and he slows down. I meep him again. He stops. I'm like, I just hope he stops in an opening at this point. Like, this is so fucked. I just hope he stops in an opening. So he stops, and I start like really quickly evaluating, like, am I going to be able to make this shot? Is there anything in my way? And there was a branch kind of in my way. It was high. So I'm like, okay, I'll lean down just a teeny bit, and I'll be right underneath that branch. It won't cause me any issues. It was pretty close to me. And then the rest of it's clear from what I can see. So I aim on him, and again, I have no clue about anything. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably around 25, inside 25. Aim at his heart. I let the arrow go, and it shoots through clean as ever. He does a high leg kick, runs off. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
No kidding.
Like, the fact that like that deer stopped in an opening, I made the shot. You know, that last light, twigs can turn into, you know, air at this point.
Oh, it happened to me this year. I've
So,
gotten deflected
you know,
from it.
I'm like,
Me
oh
too.
my God, I can't believe I got through there, because I was never really expecting a deer to come through this area, especially, you know, that buck. But so I didn't look at it too much. I didn't know if there was little branches I couldn't see at that time. So I'm like, holy shit. So I called Charles. He's at a freaking Mexican restaurant, and he's like downplaying everything I'm saying to him. I'm like, dude, I think I shot him. He's like, yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't talk right now. Like, go to the bathroom.
like, text me like a normal person.
He had no clue what the
I
hell was
can't
going
hear
on. I'm like,
anything.
It is loud in there.
I'm in
man.
Los Amigos at a party. Like,
so I
don't
get down,
remember
I feel
what, but-
abandoned at this point. I'm calling him again. I'm like, dude, like, I think I shot him. What are you talking about? So he's like, all right, get your stuff together, figure it out, whatever. Call me back. So I immediately I get down, unhook myself. I go over. Arrow's just covered in blood. The more I look at this arrow, I'm like, it looks like it's like a little darker. Maybe I'm being crazy. It just looks a little darker red, but it's covered in blood. And one of my blades ended up being broken. So I don't know if the blade broke, but I think it's just the head, like surrounding the blades, that kind of broke, and then the blade fell out. But I'm like, okay, did it break in him? Did it hit a rock? Like, what really happened here? Don't think much of it. I'm like, this deer's dead. So I go over, get all my stuff together, kind of clear my head. I call him again. I'm like, dude, the arrow's covered in blood. The arrow looks great. Like, everything looks great. Like, he's like, all right, I'm leaving right now. I'll be on my way. So I'm like, all right, I'll give us some time, and I'll start tracking it. It ran out like exact path that I walk out. So I end up getting all my stuff together, kind of calm myself, did everything real slow, and then I start tracking. And like, blood was like decent. It was like not a ton, not like splattered everywhere, but it was like a lot of little pinpricks, but a lot of them, you know. I'm like, okay, well, this is good enough to kill a deer for sure, but like, I'd like to see a little bit more here. So I start tracking a little bit more, and it's literally following the bright eyes we have going out, like, to the T. it's following the bright eyes. I'm like, well, I don't really have an option here because if I go anywhere off this trail, I'm probably gonna end up in quicksand. So I keep following it out, and all of a sudden the blood just turns to like a drop every 10 yards.
Oh, no.
I'm losing this deer to where I'm like setting my bow down at last blood, walking out certain trails, finding the next blood, going back or dropping my book bag, going back, picking up my bow, so on. And I get to a point where it's like, I'm like 250 out or so, 225, 250 out. And now I'm like starting to kick myself in the ass. Not that it did anything stupid other than falling down and then like getting back up and shooting a deer. But like after last year, I was just like, why? How many deer are you gonna fucking wound before you stop being a fucking idiot? You know, like, and it's not like I was an idiot. You know, I felt good about the shot other than all the BS that happened before it.
Right.
You know, like I wasn't like super manipulated or anything on my body. I was like, I was in a pretty good form, everything. But I'm just starting to kick myself in the ass pretty hard. I'm like, man, oh, come on. All of a sudden I look up and the deer's dead right there. And it took 225, 250 yards off my track job. And he's dead as a doorknob. Like he got to there and he just died.
He died on
right
his
away.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't going towards anything thick. He wasn't going towards anything. He was just getting the hell out of there. And
Thankfully, going towards
dying.
the truck.
But
That was a bonus.
something must have happened with that broadhead because, like, I was using a 4-blade and my exit looked like a small 3-blade muzzy, like smaller than a muzzy 3-blade.
Bro,
I hit him
junk, bro.
just a touch higher than I wanted to. But yeah, he was dead and it was him. And it was awesome.
Definitely
That is
him.
so cool.
Was him the no
Yeah.
name buck? He didn't.
No name.
He
buck.
don't have a damn name.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was.
He don't need one. We had
That was
It
a
was a
great
good one
freaking
for
buck,
sure,
dude.
man. It was. Yeah, I would. To this, probably for the rest of my year, I wouldn't pass that buck up
No.
ever.
No.
he was such
super
a beast, man.
framey. Like he took pictures bad for like. There's no way to really explain how framey he was. With a picture
I think
somehow.
he had like 23 plus inch beams,
No, that's pretty good, dude.
like a giant beams.
Yeah.
Really nice. Just a great giant body, like just a big brood of a deer. Like obviously the biggest buck back there in that spot. Definitely the bully, other than that 4-point.
The flosser.
4
Yeah.
points set him up, dude. He saw me. The 4 points saw me. He was like, "I'm gonna set this dude up."
Yeah, like, I'm gonna get rid of this dude,
That's
and
my
all
homie
the
up there.
bitches are
I'm having all them
mine.
chicks. Yeah.
Yeah,
That just shows you. I mean, he is the MVP, dude. He kicked those does off me, and he brought that buck right in. Like, what
Yeah.
a champ, dude.
That's so awesome.
uh-huh.
But yeah, that was a really cool hunt.
Shit, I was at Los Amigos trying to eat some Mexican. He's calling me. Sabelli's calling me. He shot at a buck that same night. Thought he hit a nice buck. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Well, here I'm like texting back and forth. I'm like trying to figure out like what the hell, because I was like, well, I think Sabelli was the first one that told me he shot a buck. But then like Seaburn was like, hey, because we're in a group chat together. He's like, you need help? And I was like, all right, Seaburn, you go to Sabelli. I'm going to go to Joe. We'll both be able to help them out. And then I was like, I was almost out to the Mercer property whenever he called me. He found it. I was like, all right, that's cool. Getting the deer cart on the bike, rode the bike down in, brought the deer cart in, barely survived getting through the pasture.
Cows are killer.
Cows are just freaking, those cows want to kill us.
I've been charged by a cow this year. It's not.
They're intimidating.
I don't
They're
like
big
messing
animals,
with
dude.
cows, dude.
I mean, it is a big animal.
It's a
dude.
big animal.
And
they
when
just
they're,
look
like-
at you.
They start like
Oh.
jogging towards you in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
You're like,
I'm
dude,
not
stay
about
away
that.
from me, man.
I'm not about that life. I don't mess with cows.
Dude, I literally was like, the one time I was hunting, I was playing like a game with the electric fences. Like, I end up like, the one started jogging at me. I'm like, all right, this isn't happening, dude. I'm just gonna go underneath this electric fence. You can't get me. But I was still in the pasture.
Yeah.
So he ran up to the electric fence and like came right up to it. He must have saw it, obviously. Turned its head and like I kind of just turned off last second. like it was charging towards me, and then like electric fence guy. And I'm like, dude, what happens if that fence isn't there? Like, is it going to come up and like let me pet it? Like, or is it going to like stomp my head into the ground?
What happens if he
Like,
just doesn't care about that electric fence?
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, those little wires, you know.
I've seen a deer go through them.
Yeah, true story. Yeah, that was the story of that buck, though. Anyhow,
yeah, I mean, that
That's
was pretty
awesome.
cool. And then after that, I was just like, I wanted to hunt, but I didn't want to kill another deer. Like after butchering 4 deer, it's just,
Yeah, it's a lot.
you don't really want to. So I kind of got myself in a situation where I didn't really go out much after that. I went out one other day to kind of do some camera maintenance for Charles, and
per
again,
usual,
like
you know.
even like in the gun, I was just like, I love to shoot my gun, but I don't really want to kill a deer and have to like deal with it. But I love, that was the problem. Like I love going out and just hunting, but I didn't want to like
It's nice to not have to
actually kill a deer.
feel like
Yeah.
you have
Weird.
to, you know. You're just walking around. Like I did that gun season too. I'm like, I don't need to kill anything. I'm not taking dumb shots. Like I'm just gonna walk around and help other people try to kill things, and you know. But we're probably out of time here for this one, and we can pick back up and another episode or whatever, and
Pick back
continue
up after Joe's
part
buck.
two.
Part two. I like
Continue
it.
the season and go from there. But per usual, I end up getting good intel, finding deer. Joe goes and kills it, and then stops hunting and gives me no intel for the rest of the year.
Talking about, I spent that whole day fixing up cameras for you.
Cameras that have been broken all year long. we've had the worst camera year this year.
Listen,
just
I gave you the
maintenance
intel you
nonstop.
needed, okay?
Mhm.
Whether you know it or not.
I'm gonna pull all my cameras. They're all coming down. I'm sick of them.
Pull mine while you're at it.
I need to anyway. Like they stay up all year round. That's probably not good for them.
It's not.
Yeah, I
Nah.
mean,
This cold is really hard.
I was
on
telling
them.
Charles, like, I don't think a single camera has killed a deer for me. Like, I look back and I'm like, they've only really hindered me.
Dude, they just make me like so anxious.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. Like, last year, I did all that chasing. Camera. Okay, this deer's over here. I need to get in this area. And then, like, the next week, he's 200 acres away.
Yeah.
Another camera. It's like,
Well,
honestly, like I almost miss back in the day when it was like, I'm just gonna hunt this spot 'cause it's historically good,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hunt it now because this is just where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I kind of missed that a little bit. Like, and that's what I liked about this year. That, and I did it back in 2023 when Charles shot his, or one of our, bucks, and then our other brother ended up shooting another one of our bucks. I was just like, okay, well, I just need to go off and just do my thing and just be a hunter again,
Yeah.
And I kind of miss that a lot. And I did that all year this year, and it felt pretty good.
Do it again next year, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I really like cameras for is to know, like I could have been hunting that property without cameras. I would have been hunting that property the whole time, and not knowing that the only deer on that property was a 7-point
Yeah.
mhm.
that I didn't think was worth going after, which obviously I found out that it was worth going after.
Wrong again.
But again, it's just like, it's nice to know that there's something there. It's nice to have a target deer.
Yeah.
It's nice when a deer comes in and you see like a certain characteristic where you're like, okay, that's that deer. I'm shooting it. There's no more looking at it. It's nice to be able to do that when
For
a deer's coming in, because there's so much going on. When you see a deer come in, he has like this crazy fork or this crazy brow tine or whatever, split brows. You're like, oh shit, that's him. And then like, that's it. There's no more looking at him. There's no more, is that a shooter or not? No, he's a shooter because you have 1,000 pictures of him being a shooter.
Yeah.
So it is nice to have
many?
that.
1,000.
1,000?
1,000. I love that.
Tired? 1,000. That's great. Yeah, you're right. There's something, I don't know. For me, I like to nerd out. Like I like to kind of follow
Just
this
come up with a
deer.
crazy number.
I like to get in a deer's head and like figure one deer out. I like to target one deer, and I think that takes a lot of skill and effort to
For sure.
say, I want this deer, and he's the only deer on the whole property.
Yeah.
He's the one, and I'm coming for you. You know, and then just trying to figure that out and trying to learn that deer, whether you have cameras or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, until the version of a trail camera that you can set it up with a drone on a map without ever stepping foot on the property and doing your scouting, and then the trail camera shoots the deer for you. Until that version comes out,
You're going to keep nerding.
I'm going to still use them, yeah, because at that point, like, it's just another tool. It's another thing that we have that we can use and build rapport with deer, like, all year round. It's more intimate.
I know what you mean.
You know, I agree with Joe. I love and miss the days where I was stupid, naive, didn't even know what I was doing or hunting. I would just go sit in a spot because someone told me that was a good spot, and a giant buck would walk by. Like, that happened a lot when I was younger, you know, but those days are just not, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, or you find a spot you really like and you hunt there, and the first set you end up shooting a nice buck, and that's an awesome feeling. But it's also great to have like a relationship with a deer and know that a deer's actually in there. I mean, I'm sure there's years that we hunted out there where there wasn't even a shooter on the property.
Possibly.
But we had no clue. You know?
One can always move in, too.
Yeah.
Never
You know what I'm saying?
but,
Yeah, it could happen. But
that's kind of what I was hoping for this year. Like, maybe a flyer would come in, you know?
Maybe.
But also,
well,
we'll get to the rest.
We did find out that Pincushion is alive.
Yeah.
So we think so, pretty much.
This deer did show up, and I don't remember if he was there earlier in the season or not. He might have been.
Pretty convincing.
Yeah.
Because he was
got
like a
giant scar on his
smaller.
back.
Yeah.
He was a smaller 8 than he was last year,
Makes sense.
but he had this ginormous scar exactly where I think I hit him. And I'm pretty sure he's still alive and well. And honestly, I kind of wished I had that buck tag when I started seeing him. And I could have actually like put a nail in the coffin. But
Yeah, but like I've talked to a bunch of the guys on our polo and group and stuff, and like, what did you guys do here? Because he's obviously like
he's
smaller
Yeah.
than he was last year. You know,
yeah, he's outside probably the shooter
perfectly
range.
healthy. He's just not a big deer. So it's like, and every single person was like, I would let him have another year to see if he bounces back
Yeah.
stronger.
That's
than
what I
He probably
told
put a lot
Charles,
of
like,
his energy into
He'd probably be
just getting
4.5,
healthy.
probably
Right.
probably most likely 5.5 next year.
Yeah.
And if he bounces back big time,
I guess he has to.
because I'm
be
sure
5.5
like
next
during that
year.
healing phase, he was probably growing his antlers.
Yeah.
He was probably still healing up a little bit, and I'm
Well,
sure
not
that-
only even that, like when he was injured, like he could have been laying low and not getting the nutrition he needed.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
possible
throughout that winter and whatnot, he was just kind of surviving.
Yeah.
going through therapy.
Yeah, put a lot of effort into a therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PTSD. Now he's all over all the cameras.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
The dude's out and about all over. He's
Still alive from
he's a
last we
bully.
saw.
big
So-
big deer. But yeah,
Yeah, hopefully next year he bounces back. That'd be a real story if he came back next year like
Like a good,
better than ever.
Yeah.
Just a monster 8.
I still have I
And-
still have a shed, and I'm keeping it until one of us kills it, then they can have the shed. But
There you go.
like a 2-year
then.
story. Like you don't
Yeah.
hear that. Like you hear like people like, okay, I shot this buck earlier in the year and I ended up killing him later in the year. You don't hear like I shot him 2 years ago twice and then ended up killing him 2 years later.
Well, you shot him
that'd
the
be a
second
cool-
time in the year. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just-
it's true.
I thought that was a
True.
nail in the coffin. I don't know what the hell happened, but
It
whatever.
happens. It's funny.
Well, while we're here, I guess we could shout out some people for some bucks that they killed, since we haven't done that in a while,
No.
and it's been a whole season. Let's go, Brian Smelly.
Yeah, dude.
Shot a freaking
Past
nice
weekend,
one
dude.
this past weekend. My buddy's dad, Donnie King, shot a freaking stud, man.
Let's go.
He just sent me a picture yesterday. He shot a big ass 9-point on his property. Had to lift it with the tractor. Look at that thing.
Oh, good gravy. That's a great buck.
Big old heavy deer.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just a freaking stud. Joe Marcello
Yeah.
shot a nice buck. First weekend of gun season. That was
That was a Monday. Yeah.
First Monday of gun season. You know, the Monday opener. At a damn Rayhar shot a buck this year.
Yep.
Filled his buck tag. Who else?
John Griffith shot a good one this year with the trad bow.
That's right. Cody McClintock. He filled his tag this rifle season after a pretty tough archery season.
Yep.
What was his brother just shot a stud?
Yeah, it was a nice buck, man.
A couple of his buddies filling tags. Who else?
I wish I would have thought about this before we.
Yeah, I just threw it on us last
Yeah.
second. But there's been a lot. I mean, there's
been a lot of deer that died.
A lot of bucks, especially killed.
Yeah.
And some big ones this year. Marty Ferrucci shot another stud.
Shot another stud.
Russ ended up shooting Triceratops, the deer that we talked about. I didn't pass on that deer. I think he was a young deer this year, but dude, got him fired up. Came in crazy chasing right under his tree, and he got fired up and shot and killed him.
Good stuff.
Yeah, which he even said after the fact. He's like, if I would have got a second look at him, but who cares? It was a really cool buck.
Yeah.
It was a really cool buck, Triceratops. Who else killed bucks this year that we know of? I know that Matty B shot his first ever vertical bow deer this year. which
That's
is
awesome.
Really cool.
That's super awesome.
He was super pumped about it. Matt Bradford.
Vertical bow.
Yeah.
Compound?
Yes.
He's using compound now?
Yeah.
Oh, we could be friends again.
Oh God!
Okay.
Don't start. Yeah,
I didn't know he was shooting a compound.
He shot his first ever compound deer this year.
Good for him.
That's
I'm
awesome.
proud of him.
Yeah, a little button buck.
There were a lot
Said
of
it
deer that
was.
died this year, though.
A lot of deer.
A ton of deer died this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of many. I mean, I've been sent a ton of good bucks, but just not dead ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one buddy, I was hoping to get him on. I was telling you guys about. He got
That's a good
nice
buck.
one.
Yeah.
Really nice one. And that's
Yeah,
the
we'll get
same.
him on
That's
at
the
some
same
point.
buddy I told him where to hunt on that 100 acres. And I'm sure that's probably where he killed that one, but he had a real nice 10 that came through. But
Nice.
hopefully, get him on. We'll get that story out because that's a pretty good story he's got.
Yeah, dude.
I'll tell you what. It seemed like I still had a buck tag in my pocket that everybody was killing bucks.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know about you. It was like
Dude, there were
left and
bucks
right.
dying all
Social
over the
media
place.
was insane.
Yeah.
The whole Rutten River crew, basically, other than Pick, love you, brother. They've all killed slammers this year.
Dang,
like Ryan killed his biggest buck ever, just an absolute giant. Like
That's awesome.
all those guys shot great bucks. Like it's so cool to see, dudes that you like and dudes that you follow. Like
Good people too. you know.
Yeah.
All those guys are pretty good dudes.
Melichek, he shot one.
Yeah, dude.
He shot two. I
Shot
think
two.
he shot an out-of-stater.
Good for him,
And he
man.
shot one in PA. Couple cool bucks too.
Very cool.
I just was thinking
Oh,
about
I'll make a list next
that.
time.
Yeah.
Alex
Lindemuth.
Lindemuth.
Yeah,
Lindemuth
yeah.
is his last
The
name.
Damn it!
Lindemuth.
I don't. Yeah,
He got two.
Yeah, he shot one in Indiana.
Because he always does that out of state, out in
He hunts at
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
He's got the one with the. That was a pretty good story.
Oh,
Maybe you
nice.
should get him on for that one. The one that he
Oh,
shot.
Alex. I like Alex. Good
He
dude.
shot
Yeah, he
in,
is.
in the low in the leg with his
Oh yeah.
traditional, and then said it was just a bad situation. Whatever. Ended up arrow flew weird, something. I don't know, but ended up killing that buck later in the year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude.
Pretty cool comeback story there.
Yeah. For sure.
Sweet.
Great buck too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just when you kill a buck like that, like some of the bucks that he killed with that traditional bow, it's just it's something a little bit more special
It's good shit.
for sure.
Yeah, I might.
Got swamp donkey killed years ago.
I don't know. One of these
Jeez.
years. I don't know.
Yeah.
After shooting it,
I want to
at
shoot
turkey
mine.
camp-
It's just tough. It's like,
dude. After shooting at turkey camp with Mikey and like learning how to aim and stuff, like 15 and in, I could kill anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like with his setup,
dude, I'm telling you,
it was insane.
shoot 15
yeah.
and then some days, and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll teach you how to actually aim that thing. I don't know. If
I know certain techniques and stuff. I mean,
You
I was
gotta
shooting
stay
for years, but it's just
Consistent.
when my kids get older, I'm sure I'll probably slide into it a little bit more when I'm able to shoot more. You know, like when the kids are able to shoot and I'm out there. When you're tied to the house and you're running out for 10 minutes to get around in, it's tough to pull out two bows to make sure two bows are.
you could tie them to the house,
Oh my god.
and then you could shoot as much as you want.
I don't know if that's legal.
It's illegal. If
I'll
you
look
don't
into
tell.
it.
Yeah, man, look it up. Check your regs.
Check your race. Nice callback.
All right,
Ugh.
boys. Let's put a bow on this thing, and then we'll have something to talk about on the next one because
I love
that's
it.
not the end of our season.
No, it's not. All right, boys. Until next week.
The distraction is real.
Distraction's
Let's go.
real.